And we are live.
You're live.
Welcome to Off Track Monday.
Off the Tracks Monday.
And I didn't fall off my chair and near the mic, so I guess we're starting off good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we're perfect. Let's
Perfect.
see who we have in the chat.
Nothing's
I want to mention first off, we have a guest from Portugal, Luma Mumba, if I pronounced it correctly. I did post a link to one of his recent videos.
Moomba.
And Artie is unavailable tonight. He popped in, but he's gone shopping for supplies for his layout.
Nice. How's it going,
So
Artie?
he won't be here tonight.
Wigwag.
Yeah, I see Mr. Wigwag's here. And of course,
Go here, go home.
yeah,
Hot
Andy,
dog pilot Andy.
Andy. And
Roger Coleman.
Mark was in earlier. I did see Train Man.
Roger Coleman.
Trackside Mike, he was in here.
Yeah. Roger Coleman in the chat.
Roger Coleman, yes. Roger Coleman. Dwight was in the chat.
Curly Express.
Yeah, I thought I saw him earlier.
I gotta go back through the chat here.
Yeah, I heard his name mentioned anyhow.
Yeah, you said M&M Rails.
And he was in the beginning. He got the cookie.
Race fan.
Race fan. CNCP Great Lakes is here. Welcome. He
Hey,
posted a
CNCP.
video today too.
Yeah, a lot of good videos going up today.
And Steve87 PSAP is in the chat. Welcome, Steve.
Steve, how's it going?
And Steve, the new store that took over Central Hobby is opening soon too. There's Mr. Dwight Curley. Welcome, Dwight.
Mike Putnam Junction. Mike at Putnam Ham Junction.
Yes. Yeah. He's from the UK, I believe.
Yep. Him and Andy are up late on a Monday night. It's probably
I guess Portugal's in a different time zone too.
7 o'clock. It's midnight over there.
Yeah.
I think it's the same in Portugal, midnight.
Well, they're
mainland or the island.
A little bit earlier. He's 18. He said 1800 hours, so still
on the
late in my book. Anyhow, I'd be sleeping.
You're sleeping.
Yeah, I would be at that time of night. Anthony Dodge is in the chat. Welcome.
Anthony Dodge, what's going on? Got it right the first time, yeah. Midnight over in the UK.
Yeah, he's in the UK, yes.
Midnight in the UK. I believe it's the same in Portugal. On the San Miguel. That's the island. That's the island, San Miguel.
He's not too far from the capital city of Portugal, for 45.
Okay, he's on the mainland then.
Yeah, he's in the mainland, yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Hey, Luma Mamba, welcome to our live stream. You're glad you made it.
Off the Tracks Monday. What do you so you got some blue smoke you're gonna do tonight?
Well, I don't have blue smoke because I don't have anything hooked up electrically, but I'm going to. I went and dug up stuff from wiring, how I'm going to be doing wiring, and how I did the wiring on their layer. A lot of stuff that I had done before, I got from YouTubers like us. Hey, there's Boxcar Jerry.
What's up, Hoser?
I did buy a nice new Chinese-made computer stand.
Oh yeah, how's that going for you?
It's I gotta build a new one. How's that?
Yeah, that's why you're supposed to buy in North America.
I gotta build my own. This is it. It works for now. It's functional, but it's pretty sad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just glad they don't make her change it.
Get the sawdust flying in the basement there, or what?
Soon. I'm waiting. All I wait now is for material.
Nice.
So I'm going over to the cabinet shop on Wednesday in the afternoon to go through our scrap piles. because anything under 3 foot, I'm gonna get for free. So all my cross braces. So if I get a bunch of load of stuff, I can start prepping that wood in the garage and get
Free
ready.
wood, eh?
I'm using pocket screws for all the joinery.
Nice. Papa John Trains. What's going on, Papa John?
Hey, Papa John. He had a video this week too.
They popped out 3 the other day.
And he was watching Kyle's video, and in the background, he discovered that caboose up in the shelf. So did I.
Oh, nice. Nice. Kyle Stevens.
So I have a lot of. I actually went digging through some track I had and pulled some wiring.
Nice.
I organized the basement a bit, getting ready for the build. I still
And
got.
you got Thomas Grassi. What's going on, Thomas?
And I need to do more lighting, but I can't do the final lighting until I get the plumbing done because the light's in the way of the plumbing.
Yeah, that's what I gotta do down here is better lighting.
I gotta take the light down so we can get access for the plumbing. But I'm gonna run a line from that light into the other part. You'll see. I'll take you out there tonight. It's a dark area in the one corner, and I got the lights.
Got your pin on?
What's that?
Got your pin on? Did I give it?
Well, my pin's on my. I don't normally wear pins, so I have it on the shelf.
Okay, as long as you got it, I got mine.
I have pins on my jacket. Most of my pins are dedicated to the veterans.
Oh, okay.
I have a collection of pins from the Poppy store.
Hey, Poppy Fun.
Hey, Kevin Beverly, welcome.
What's up, Kevin?
And so I actually found some of my tools I have packed away from doing the wiring. So
You're
a couple
gonna.
of new processors I've discovered. Actually, talking to Heath about some of this stuff too. And if you follow, I think it's called Third Sector.
Yeah.
Is that the right name, Mikey?
The second podcast?
Maybe second podcast. They did a video on wiring a few weeks back.
Maybe second podcast on After Heath.
Well, it wasn't. It was done as a video, not as a podcast.
Okay.
But it was on wiring, and I thought I showed that off. Hey, Real Artist.
Real Artist, what's going on?
So I'm gonna. This camera will pivot, and I'll see which one gives me the best view.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go through some things here. So I change this camera around a bit.
All right, there you go. Shows you got the floor.
Yeah, well, it's on that.
Split Rock, how's it going?
There's the ceiling.
Yeah.
There's the bench, so you can see that pretty good here. So I have on the desk, my desk here, all kinds of wiring stuff. Can you see all this, Mikey?
Yeah, we can see it. Did you get that mat from M&M Rails?
What's that?
Did you get the mat from M&M Rails?
No, this came from OVR Trains.
Okay, I just checked it.
It's an XL mat.
Nice. Say to go later.
But, hey, Split Rock, welcome. So I can't see the chat because I'm watching this. So we were talking about connecting. Is anybody familiar with this little guy here?
Uh-huh.
This is called a suitcase connector.
You like those, dude?
Well, it's not that I like them. They work.
Okay.
Now, there's a YouTuber called RC Grabbag. He did a system using these suitcase connectors. Okay? And these things. This is called a Waco connector. It's a lever connector. Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
So watch.
Yeah, they work good.
It's disconnected. So what he did, now that's what I did before. One thing about suitcase connectors, they are you need the proper tool for crimping these things.
Yeah. It's called a pair of
And
channel locks.
I have the proper tool.
What do you got?
They're made by Klein. They're made for suitcase connectors.
Oh,
They're
I
proper
just use
tool.
channel locks.
What's that?
I just use channel locks.
Well, okay, you're not an electrical guy. I am.
No, I don't plan to. I don't pretend to be a Sparky.
Uh, so, but
That's what we
using
call
these,
electricians.
yeah. Well, I worked electrical here all my life, so what I did in the other layout, I would take 14 wire from my bus and run
Yeah.
around the layout. So what
Steve's gonna make some dinner.
So what RC Grab Bag did, he would take a piece of number 16 or 18 wire and put it into the suitcase connector,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna crimp it.
that's right. Hot dog pilot, crimp and squeeze. You got her. Joe Raider, what's going on, Joe?
So now we have our bus when you run around the layout.
Yeah.
With a pigtail on it, not going to the track. So what he would do? So on here, this is my old test track, really, believe it or not.
Okay.
So what RC Grab Bag would do, he would take the feeder wire from his track. I'm only doing one wire.
Yeah, gotta have yourself a good set of wire strippers there.
So he would take the Waco connector.
Yeah.
Shove one wire into there, and your feeder into the other side.
Yeah.
Now you're done.
Nice.
Say you want to change the feeder, we'll just disconnect this, leave this wire alone, don't worry about it, cut the end off it and leave it, and if you don't need it, don't worry about it, leave it alone.
Bob drop.
But the new way of doing it is a slightly different, better way.
A slightly different, better way.
What's that, Mike?
A slightly different, better way.
Yeah, because you can take this. So this is the RC Grab Bags concept here. So what Second City Podcast did, they went and used these things. Or the Waco ones. I had the Wacos too. They make them multi ones. There's a 3.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So what you do is this. So I'm going to cut off a piece of number. This is number 14 wire.
What gauge are you using for your feeders and your
I'm using 14 for my bus.
Yep.
And 20 for my feeder.
Okay. My bus is 14, but my
What's that?
I said my bus wires are 14, but my feeders are 18.
Well, I prefer the solid wire, and I couldn't find 18 in solid as readily available as I have, so I
had to get mine.
20.
I had to get mine off of Amazon for solid wire.
Well, I bought that off that too. But
you better not be chewing that pillow up.
But if you check the price of wire right now,
Sadie.
it's $42 for a spool of number 14. And I paid $35 last year for this T90. This is T90 I have in my hand.
How many feet?
What's that?
How many feet for $22?
100 feet.
Not bad.
So when I worked at Duke Electric, though, this stuff was free. I didn't copy it.
You like that F word, eh? Free.
It comes to wire, yeah.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. I got the killer dog up there chewing on a pillow that I'm going to get in trouble for letting her chew.
Don't blame me.
Hey, blame you, yeah.
No.
You better not be chewing that. No. You'll be in trouble. Ah. Look at that.
Don't blame me. I don't have dogs.
No. doing one of them fancy pillows, you know.
Yeah. So we have a couple of choices. So this one here is the Waco.
Yep. Waco connector.
Yeah, this is a second generation Waco. They improved on it. This guy here is a 5. This is not a Waco, but it's cloned after the first generation Waco. So it's got 5. Yeah. You're listening?
Yeah, sorry, the dog just grabbed the pillow off the bark.
So it's got 5 connection points. So what Second City Podcast did, they put your bus wires into here.
Yeah.
Let me hook it up and I'll show you.
Kyle Stevens, how's it going, Kyle?
So there's your bus wire that you run between 2 layers in your layout. See that okay like that? So now I still got 3 points for 3 feeders to go in.
Absolutely, Kevin. Absolutely.
And they're all connected to each other.
So can you connect the wires on the other side of that or no?
No, but they do make them to go the other way too, though. They do make them that. But I figured most areas you're hooking in between, you're running a bus wire around your layout.
Yeah.
I would use, you go in and out and you have your feeders. With when you're doing multiple districts, you're going to have lots of wiring. And we're planning a wiring schematic for my layout. There'd be 3 or 4 districts. So they're all different bus lines.
Deep running railroad, Mike.
Lots of connections. I also got a few other examples of connecting. You're probably used to these. This is the old standby. You remember these?
Yep.
In and out. You cut a wire, you put in the middle. And you know these guys here.
Yeah.
And you can see you can buy. They come with jumpers in the back, so can you see that? They're made by the people. These are Amazon, made in China. And there's another one. Have you ever seen these? These are called Posi-Tap connectors.
I
got some of these. These were used by Peter L. You know the drafting, the layout guy in the States.
Yeah.
And they're designed. They have a thing on the bottom that you can shove a wire in the center, and it grips to the wire. And at the top, you can put 2 wires through the hole. It's kind of hard to see here. And connect it. I don't like these as much. I like these idea of these lever connectors, and also too, these levers here, they come with a little mount. You can actually mount these to your framework.
Okay.
Get a little hole there, and you can mount them up, and you can keep your wiring organized.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe Rader, welcome.
I use these blocks.
Yeah, but this will be faster.
Yeah.
And easier to keep track of. So I'm going to be using these. I bought a bunch of the Wacos, just the 3s. So you got a bus wire going in, a bus wire coming out, and 1 feeder. But these, if you have multiple feeders in one area, you can do 3 at one point.
Nice.
So I think that's the way I'm going to go. I also, I bought this last year. I don't know if I want to use it. This is Chinese wire. This is not made in North America whatsoever. But this stuff here is. This is number 20 NTE wire. This is made in the US of A.
Yeah, it's the same stuff I got.
So that's my feeder wire.
NTE.
Black and red. I always use black and red because working in electrical field, DC circuitry, you always use red and black. So it's been a standard.
Red and black.
And
white if I'm using, or brown if I'm doing switch machine.
Well, white is not ground though. It's wrong.
No, I always do black for ground, but white if I'm doing like lights.
But then T90 is your standard number 14. This is regular electrical wire. This is 600 volt rated wire. I got
CP368. How's it going, Timmy?
So that's T90, which is 14. It's rated 600 volts. We got 12 volts. We're doing good. But it's got a heavy coating on it. It's very rigid. Got lots of memory in the wire. But in technicality, in our DCC systems, we don't have a negative and a positive. We have, how's the right terminology for that? Larry
AC.
DCE said it's more of a phase than not a positive and negative.
Yeah. AC, isn't
I
it?
figured as much.
Whoa.
It is AC. Yes, it is. It actually is an AC circuit power.
Hey, Siri's talking to me. Perfect.
Who is?
The phone.
Right.
I don't know. It just come on all of a sudden.
And so I plan to use the Waco connectors, either the Series 1 or the Series 2 in my layout 100%. I probably might use one of these things at when all the wires come to one point to feed to my breakers.
Yeah.
That's
how I
the
use
end. But that's the end only. I also got I got a mail call here.
Oh, you got a mail call. I had
This
a mail
is from
call.
the UK, but I got it from a Canadian dealer.
Well,
This is what I'm going to be using to power up my liftgate.
is there two of those in there or just one?
There's two sets.
Okay, so
I need one.
Common-
What's that?
common denominator is two. You get two of everything.
Wow.
Just in case.
So the
Yeah.
dealer for DC Concept is Kingston Locomotive Works. They're in Kingston, Ontario.
Okay. I figured out the name like Kingston Metal Works.
Yeah. Well, DC Concepts is in the UK, and
Okay. Fast mail, yeah.
well, yeah, it was easy. I got it from Canada. It was easier.
So what do you got there?
So these are electrical connecting points. Can you see that?
There it is.
Yes. I'm gonna take their what they do is I take them out. You can't see in the box.
Yeah. Train man's having a hard time seeing too.
Well, I'm gonna take them out of the box. That's easy to see.
Yeah. Now
Or
you're
they got a
talking.
staple in here, and how it matters. I was talking to the guys at DC Concept about this, how they engineered the lift gate and how it works. They have the demo in their office, and that it works, but no plan. So I gotta do a video on this. So
Schuylkill River Valley. John, how are you tonight?
okay, I got them out. Can you? I got them on the desk there.
Now I
Can
can
you
see
see
'em.
those?
Yeah, now I can see.
Even the light down more. So they have an electrical connection on the back side of the pin.
Yeah.
There's a male and female.
That
They're
makes
spring
sense.
loaded.
Male and a female.
So this is the male. This is the male. This is the female.
Goes inside the male, female.
Yeah. So they have a spring loaded contact. So when you put your lift gate in together, when it's closed up, you have a connection point.
Yeah, you got contact.
I'm using it on my lift gate. Now, Larry, the DC guy, he did a video using these on his lift out. So when he did it, they're sitting vertical. Well, my lift gate is going to be this orientation here, like that. Horizontal, and two vertical on the other side of the gate. So I'm going to put these to work. Now I'm understanding, because when you open up the gate,
Yeah.
they gotta guide into each other. And according to DCC Concepts, they said the lower you have the pins on your hinge side, the better they are to make a connection. Because they gotta flow into each other. They gotta mate. So they're a bit of a chamfer to them, so they'll slide in.
Is there are they threaded or what are
They're they're drilled holes. They actually bought. You can buy. I bought a drill kit for them for drilling them out.
Okay, no, I just seen the look like thread
So
on it.
there's two. You have two holes to drill. A pilot to guide the hole. You don't want to drill both at the same time, so you get the alignment correctly. Because once the alignment's in, you swing into the gate.
Yeah,
These
that's
will make contact. See like that. See there?
you want to make sure it lines up. That's for sure.
Right. Well, you have a pilot drill. It comes with the kit.
Okay,
It's a
Kevin,
13.
thanks for coming out.
It's a
Appreciate you
13
coming by.
millimeter and a 19 millimeter drill bit, and you just glue them in with some PL premium in the hole or epoxy.
What's that in Canadian millimeter?
Well, 19 is close to 3/4,
Okay.
and 13 is close to 1/2 inch. But they're metric. They are metrics. You gotta use the metric drill bits.
Ah,
That's why they sell a drill kit from
good old
DC Concepts.
metrics, yeah.
So they limit that problem for you. So yeah, so that's my plan for the lift gate. I still got a lot of engineering doing the lift gate, and I'll build it so I get the right angle, the right distance from the height to make it work properly. So that's the plan when I do the lift gate.
What's Papa John saying? Gonna be hosting a meet and
I'm
greet.
hosting a meet and greet at Pistorio Train Show. So these came in the other day, and they come with a.
That'd be a good one to go to, but I'll be working crazy hours.
Where is that?
Astoria? Down in Maryland.
Oh, that's in the States, though, right?
Yeah. Head south.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's
Whoa.
the.
Excuse me. Yana.
So that's my wiring scenario I'm working on.
Nice. You got any 1, 2, 3 blocks?
I do. I haven't found them yet. They're in.
Okay.
There's stuff still in the garage that I packed away in the garage. I haven't got to yet.
Nice.
I have 2. But everything else I have, like after I bought the wire, I found more wires. I got lots of wires. I just haven't decided about the 14 yet. Cause I have 4 spools of 16 in the other room. Because we're thinking about doing all these districts. We're thinking of using different colors for
Astoria
each
is in
district.
Ohio. Sorry, my bad. Isn't
Your
Astoria
bad.
in Ohio? What was I thinking? Maryland.
So we're thinking about different color for different districts.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
you
haven't
never know.
decided that yet.
These places move around quite a bit, you know.
I also bought. I bought
it's in
some
Ohio.
green wire for my frogs.
Green wire to your frogs?
Yes. This is made in China wire, but I bought it's 20. You can tell the difference on the spool. The wire, the jacket on the Chinese wire is a lot thicker than the North American wire. I tell you, but this
Nice.
is stranded.
So what are you using?
What's that?
Are you gonna use solid wire or strand wire?
For
Hey,
what?
High Plains Drifter, how's it going?
Solid wire for what?
For your feeders and bus wire.
My feeder is solid. Bus wire is stranded.
Yeah, that's what I am.
But I'm using
Hard to
20
find,
gauge.
hard to find 14 gauge solid.
I wouldn't use solid 14 gauge at all.
No.
Never use that in a million years. It's not made for this application at all.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to go back to old school and solder and do a T-tap solder joint, you're not using solid.
That's right.
You're not going to get a proper joint. Solid wire is designed for 120 volts. We're talking 18, 12 volts power. You want stranded.
Yeah.
Get better conduct. No. Don't use solid. And don't use suitcase on solid either. Not designed for that. Not at all. And but the quality of wire is the big thing. I Like this stuff made. This is Princess Auto Special. I bought it last year. They had a big sale on it. So I bought a whole bunch of it. It's okay. I'm not too impressed with it, but it's 14. It'll work. You know, wire is wire. Got copper inside it.
Nice.
So that's my plan. I bought lots of the Amazon complete package of
And that's on Amazon?
yeah. This is the Waco clone. This is he called this the Generation 1.
Okay. I'll check that out.
These kind, the Waco is this is Generation 2. And I got lots of these. So I have plenty of connectors to handle the layout that I need. I hope.
Okay.
But I'm going to try and do a video on filming the construction of the lift gate using these connectors.
Yeah. They look
I'm going to
pretty
try.
neat.
I'm going to try and engineer it to see what works best. Because I know I learned from the last layout when you do a lift gate, you need to make sure your hinge is above track level. It has to be above the track line or it won't
Yeah,
work.
if you're doing a hinge, I guess, yeah. You got to go
You
above
have to.
track.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It has to be. And I proved that point. So that's what I'll be doing for that.
Cool.
So that is the wiring. And
You
of course
showing the layout room too?
What's that?
You were talking earlier about showing off the layout room.
Yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to pull this around. Bear with me because I got to move the stand. And not
You gotta move your
the
computer
cameras
stand?
are attached to the stand, to the docking station.
Okay.
So I don't want, but I found the bracket so it's more stable that way. So I'm gonna move my chair out of the way so I can wheel this high-class cart into the train room and not lose power. If I lose power, I lose cameras.
And away we go.
So the first thing, I got something I gotta show you guys. So are you ready?
Yeah. Oh, Dundas. Dundas Junction Mile Road. Keep it on the tracks. Nice.
Let me pull this back a bit more. Do you see that?
Oh yeah, I can see it.
I
Looks
built
good.
that. And
Looks good. So that's when you enter the train room.
that's the entrance to the train room.
Nice.
I thought you'd like to see your model in print.
Yeah.
So I built that. I bought all the letters from Amazon. This is plywood. I trimmed it out. Now
Race
I got
fan.
another thing too. So I'm gonna. So I don't have my mouse, so I can't change computers.
Yeah, no
I have
worries.
something else something else to show you.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is for our good friend Mark. Where is he?
Oh, M&M rails.
M&M Rails.
We got a
This
hole
is
in the wall.
Mark's expansion zone.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Put a hole in the wall.
Now it's very dark.
See? Doesn't take much to put a hole in the wall. Yep.
So you can
We can see it.
raise the camera a little higher. Oops.
Oh, we're upside down. Yep, there we go.
That's not very.
So that's gonna go into the other room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A swing gate there, or what is that? You're gonna put a swing gate with the hole in the wall?
Yeah. Hang on. My
Okay.
camera is not very tight here, so.
No worries, no worries.
So it is the M&M rail for mine. That
There
is
you go.
Mark. That's the expansion I promised Mark.
Yeah,
We got 6 inches of track and one car.
that's cool.
Yes. And
Hey,
so
nothing wrong with
you
going through the
see the
wall.
hole.
Yeah,
Okay. Hang
yeah.
on.
We're hanging on. There's the other side.
Yeah, wait a minute. Can you see that?
Hole in the wall.
The TSM hole in the wall.
Yeah. Nice.
So we're gonna do some. I'm gonna do some detailing later, but I just used what I had in the house.
Yeah.
I made the timbers for the wall. They're 1/2 inch material, and I painted all this. I'm gonna put lights in it too, but so that is so you're on the one side, Mikey, and Mark's on the other side. You're
That's
here
awesome.
forever. What's that?
That's awesome.
So now,
So you're gonna, when you do get layout going, you're gonna connect to that hole in the wall.
no, the logistics won't work, Mike. I'd
Oh,
like to, but it won't work.
oh, that's too bad.
I just because if you see, I'm rolling the desk around and the camera is not very tight, so bear with the camera.
Yeah, no worries. We're only upside down for a minute.
Yeah, I know. It's not the best.
Andy Fletcher pictures. What's
Let
that
me
deal in
see.
there?
Let me see. Now, hang on. The camera is it's not very tight on the pin
On the swivel.
because you see, there's the wall that I have. The distance from here and the other side is just too far away. It would take a third bridge, and I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
It's just not feasible.
Free roller
Yeah,
coaster.
Tim, it's
You
a
got
ride
it.
at Disneyland. That's right.
Free roller
So
coaster ride. James has got it spinning.
if I change the other camera, I can show you. Have more control of the other camera.
Andy says, anybody hurling yet? Hope not. I'm not claiming it.
Let me change this camera, my other camera, Mike, and I have better control with that camera.
Sure. Do what you got to do there. Kyle says he's close.
So there we go. That's
Okay. That's
so I hung. There's the poster you brought from Chris.
yeah. TH&B.
What's that?
TH&B and Andy Fletcher.
Yes, and I hung the other one on the other side.
Nice.
So the distance from the wall to here is about 5 feet across.
Okay.
But where I'm standing here, I got about 2 feet, and there's the staging tracks are going way over here. And I can take this here. So there's the wall where see my finger is?
Yep.
This is the wall where the staging tracks are going to go. But you follow around, the distance between the two spaces is almost 20 inches.
Yeah.
This track already is going to bend and go that way, over that way a bit more. If you see that, you'll see in the track plan I got on the wall.
I see that.
So
Race fan wants to know where you get the THB poster at.
where you get it from Chris Go Via Go Home.
Yeah.
He sells them.
Yep. Just send an email off to Chris at Go Via or Go Home.
Yep. Chris
Go Via or
sells
Go Home at hotmail.com, I believe. I'd have to look that up.
So now we're in the train room now.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull this camera up because I don't have to worry about it in my way.
Sure.
So there's the other Andy Fletcher print, the CN.
Corey, how's it going?
So is Mark in the chat?
I haven't seen him. He's probably out walking Lily.
He missed his hole in the wall. He missed his expansion.
Oh, you're going to have to watch the replay.
I'll send him a picture of it.
Yeah.
Oops,
This week we're on Bacon's channel on Thursday night. Dave Co.
Who's that?
Dave Co's live Thursday night. Bacon.
Yes, he is. He's going to talk about signals, but he did his layout.
Oh, nice.
Because he posted a short, and I asked details. So wait till Thursday.
Details.
I was bugging him. So I didn't have a laser pointer, but this point here is on the track plan with the curvature of the layout is going to go way over to here.
Oh, okay. KCP Great Lakes.
Hey,
have a great night.
Okay, buddy, take care. So I got a piece of stick here. I'll show you.
And the plumber's live this week for Cab Crew Wednesday.
So,
and I'm not sure who is Sidetrack Tuesday. Dave this week, maybe? He was off last week. He was sick.
So see, Mike, see the board I have in my hand?
Yeah, you're going to go stage in there?
Mike, can you see this?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
The track's going to curve from here over to that wall about 20 inches.
Nice.
So to do this other wall, it's too far away. It just won't work. I don't want to have 3 lift gates if there's not trying. Right now I have 2.
2 lift gates? Ooh.
Yeah, I have one for the staging yard, and there's one right about where we're standing in the computer.
Okay.
So we're going to go over to the track plan.
There's a track plan.
On the wall.
Got your wooden clamps there.
So that's the track plan there.
So how big the layout going to be? What's the room of the size of the room? $15 by $20.
The room is the long wall from you see the track plan is 21 feet. So
okay.
From here, see I pointing the stick.
Yep.
From this point here, which is the wall we're at, to here is 21 feet. You don't see in that view there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
21 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
From this here to here, we're 13 feet.
Oh, fair size, huh?
Yeah. The only thing we had to deal with this is under the front porch, and we had the furnace to deal with here, and we needed access space.
Gotcha.
So we did that. Most of the curves, 32 and 30. Over here we have 30 and 32. Up in this corner here we're 30 and 28. Nothing less than 28. Nothing less than 28-inch radius.
Yeah, that's all right.
Now,
Good
I
size.
made some changes to the plan since this is done. I've added another crossover here, and I actually put a track going across here.
Yeah.
But we're going to shrink this benchwork up because to see the track here is in midair because we're moving the benchwork over this way a bit because of the
Okay.
furnace. And that's where the tire plant's going to go. And
Nice.
I added this extra track at the top um, for just a point to park locomotives on, really.
Cool.
That's the layout. Now, if you notice up on top, it's hard to see, but originally I had a double crossover over here. I took it out because I added the crossovers from Walters up here. One there and one here.
Okay.
And as Jason calls it, he calls this track here my caboose track.
Yeah.
And this is the leading, the name for this track here, but this is the lead into the yard here.
Nice. Hey, Randall and Derek, how are you? And Chris had a question for you. Have you got the Prince?
Hey, Derek,
Hey,
welcome. So that's the plan that I have developed. That's Chris that we've done.
Yep.
We're gonna start now. Height-wise, I decided to 40 inches because of the room positioning. 40 inches, approximately right below that red line on my plan there on the wall.
Yeah.
That red line is 40 inches. That's the
How
height.
wide? How wide is each section? 2 feet.
Well, this one here is 28 inches because you can't see it, but down here in the floor, that box,
Yeah.
that's my sump pump.
Oh, okay.
It's there. I can't get rid of it.
So,
I did a
48
box
inches
on
high.
it. What's that?
At 48 inches high and a little over 2 feet wide, are you gonna be able to reach the backside of it?
I should be. Well, I have no choice in the matter. The box is 28 inches. That's the sub width of the bump. That
Yeah.
is but that's the only wide point we're going to have.
Gotcha.
And the back of the layout is going to be the main line. And I can control the crossover with turnouts,
Yep.
switch machines. So I won't have to do anything with that at all. So it won't be an issue.
Cool.
I see Randall's in the chat somewhere. Hi, Randall.
Yeah, Randall's popped in, and so did Derek Alexander.
So, because we had to build a layout to suit the space. And this corner here, you see up in there that red box up in the corner. Well, that's the plumbing stack in that corner.
Oh, okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Live with it. But
you want to cut through the plumbing.
But the section of track right here, this bench right here, we're all 24 inches. This benchmark over here in the corner, we're 24 inches. But up in this area here, which is blank space, that is the town scene. That's the alcove under the front window.
Corey says he's deleting his sump pump because he wants a realistic water effect.
Yeah, well, friends of ours from the community had their basement flooded. I don't wish that on anybody. I'm sorry.
Heck no. Heck
We
no.
don't need that. But there's an alcove at the other end of the layout, Mike, when I'm going to put a town scene up in there, because once it's set up, there's no track technically in that area, just near the edge.
Now, have you left yourself room for expansion?
What's that?
You left yourself room for expanding?
No.
Okay.
There's no room to go, Mike.
Now, just a thought.
Just a
Because you're
thought.
going to go into that other room?
No. Well, the staging yard's going to the other room.
Yeah. You could add to the staging yard the helix in the corner.
No, I'm going to have there's going to be a workstation in there. The cabinet maker is putting in, installing it Thursday. With a
Then
sink.
he could have come back out of the staging on the second level.
No.
Just throwing it out there. I always leave room for
Don't
expansion.
throw it out. It's gone. It's threw it
Yeah.
out and bounced off the wall. But on the, it's hard to see here in the print, but
Yeah.
the lift gate is going to move down a bit further than what the picture is.
Okay. Hey, Bubs, how's it going?
Hang on, let me pull this out of the way.
Bubs in the chat.
So right now, where my pointer is, that's the edge of the lift gate. Well, the lift gate is going to move to here. It's going to be this section right. I didn't want to have too much of a curve on the lift gate.
Yeah, I agree.
So I adjusted things to suit. So it's going to go down. It's going to go down right here. And the width of this lift gate is going to shrink. It's not going to be 24 inches. It's going to be it's going to be the width of. So I'm going to curve it into that. It'll be about 12 inches wide. And this is going to come out here. I might try and make this space a little bit bigger on the end here.
Yeah.
Just for detail, but no track, I don't think.
Okay.
Because the gap between here and here is 30 inches. And from here to here, we're just over 30. And I wished I had the room for a reversing Y up here. But I don't know if it'll work. There's not a lot of space here. I would have to make a swing down.
You want to be able to walk in between there, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing. So we live what we have. We know we looked at you saw some ideas with doing a turntable up in here, off this.
I like that idea.
Here. But I don't know if it'll work.
Get 110 footer or 130 footer.
A 90.
Huh?
A 90 if I put one in.
A 90 footer?
Yeah. There's no room for it though. You got too much physical space.
I would say I wouldn't go any smaller than 110.
What's that?
I wouldn't go any smaller than 110. That way you still get GP 38s and the GVOs on turntable.
I don't have the room. It's not because it's too far away from the yard. Just a lot of configurations that just to suit a need or a want. Is it necessary to have a turntable?
Depends which way you want the locomotive going. Dirk says you got a reverse Y at the bottom.
I don't have a reverse Y. No, that's what I was saying. If I had one, it would go here.
Oh, yeah, but this going in staging. Isn't that not a Y?
There's no room in the other side. That's too far away again. The only way to do a reversing Y is somehow incorporate this track here and turn this into a Y. Then I lose the industry.
Okay, Luma. Have a great night. Thanks for coming out.
Hey, thanks, Luma. I really appreciate you coming in.
Obrigado. That's how you say thank you in Portuguese.
But thank you for popping up. Keep an eye on his videos. He's popping a few more out every so often.
Oh, nice. Just have to check him out.
Yes. He follows Anthony Dodge's channel too.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I know we'd like to have everything in the layout, Mike, but I just don't see it functioning.
Right.
It's just.
Hey, man, did you get stickers yet?
Just things that have to matter. What's that, Derek? No, that's not a reversing Y. That's a lead-in into the main line from the staging yard. The staging yard is not a Y. It's strictly the other end of the layout is strictly two open tracks. If you look at this out of the way, I'll point the camera down. See there, Derek? These are two tracks. They go to the wall. They're dead-ended. They're not attached to each other.
Yeah, see, I thought a Y there.
The idea, I don't want a Y in there.
No, but I thought that was a Y there.
No, I took it out.
Okay.
The idea is this track here, I could take a train and cross over, go this way, or I can come up or straight in this way. Or I can take a train from here, cross over, go this way, or go that way.
Still haven't got it.
And this from here to the wall is 10 feet of space.
Oh, nice.
So that'll hold a nice, decent long train.
Yeah, build yourself a good train there.
So 2 trains held here.
Are you
And
gonna have
locomotive in here. The only way for reversing Y is somewhere in this area here, but I don't know if it'll work. I know I do not have the room for a turntable here. Just don't have a. You have to make this bench almost that wide to do it.
Gotcha.
Not sure. And don't forget too, the curve. We have 30 and 32 inch radius up here. This is 30 and 28. We're a bit wider here. So that means this curve here is going to be 24 inches.
Ooh.
And so 24 inches, it's coming out here. So the turntable's got to be in this area here.
Right.
This is not going to work. It's going to interfere with everything else. Just don't have the physical.
We're still looking at the bottom.
What's that?
We're still looking at the bottom too, by the way.
Well, okay. Let me turn it up there.
There we go.
You see that? So from here to here, 24 inches can take you down to here.
Yeah.
And then you have a turntable in here, and 110. You say 110 turntable. That's almost 14 inches in diameter. That's a lot of space.
That's a lot of space.
It ain't gonna work. This is the way it is.
What about you put it up here?
What's that?
Or over here, I guess. Like where your caboose track is?
Yes.
And just have one feeding into the turntable and then your turntable.
Well, that's the track that I was going to use here.
Yeah.
But this one here, but it's still a 24-inch radius. That's 24 inches to the curve. Don't forget, we're only talking this space from here to here.
Yeah.
It's only about 6.5 feet. Don't forget that. It's not very wide because I had to eliminate stuff because of the furnace. We need access to service the furnace. And to get the curves up here, I need a distance for that too.
Right.
It's just not there. I'm beat. Good night, Andy.
See you, Hot Dog Pilot. Take care, buddy. Thanks for coming out.
It does not really have a Y. It's a Y in a sense, but it's not a true Y. Because a true Y, you can reverse the locomotive.
I had a true Y in this one, but then I took it out because Y was time I built the true Y.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the swing gate was.
Yeah. Originally, the original concept, we had a Y in that area, and you can go down one track.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea is a staging track, so we're parking a train on there, a fully hooked up train. So you can't reverse when you have a train in the way.
No.
Oh, I hear that. Y is strictly designed to reverse a locomotive. You drive into that, and you go the other way and come back out again to reverse the locomotive.
Yeah.
This is not designed for a staging track. That's why if you had a Y, it would come out here into a track, back out into a track, but you need distance.
Yeah, you need space for sure.
You need space. Even if you went with a locomotive, a minimum a 20-inch radius, still 20 inches.
Yeah, see you, Kyle. Thanks for coming out.
See you, Kyle. Thanks for popping in.
Have a great night.
And
don't work too hard tonight.
You can hear me okay because I got the mic turned around.
Yeah, we can hear you, son.
That's the better mic we found out too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And
Oh, another mic. I haven't found it though.
Tom
I
Stranger
found the
Things.
stand for it, but
Is
that's
Tom
the only
work
thing.
there?
This is what we're gonna build. I've added a track over in this corner here. You can't see it there.
Is
I
Tom
added
live
a
tonight?
I added a switch to here, Mike,
Yeah.
and I put a track on the other side of the station,
Oh,
which
nice.
brings up to here for the station itself.
That
It's
way you could
right
have
near
two
the
passengers
edge.
for your
That's going to
phone.
go about 4 feet.
Cool.
There's one thing I added to there, and I added a crossing in here
Back in there.
just for the
So we
industry.
should see the wood flying here shortly.
I'm waiting for the material.
Yeah. Adding on the material.
Cabinet Geiger. How about where you says media engine? How about where it says media engine just to the right? That is my tire plant that I'm putting in there.
Oh,
Sure, technically you could put a Y in here, but then I would lose the. Now that's a possibility if when I get bench work built, when we look at it and redesign this area here, yes, there potentially a Y could go there.
yeah.
But it's still a long ways from your staging, your track, your yard though. It's the opposite side of the layout, so I don't know if that's, but it's possible.
Possible.
There's nothing against it, that's for sure. And we can expand this space here. So this track here and this track could be married together. But I still need a spot. That's a pretty big building.
That's a big kid
Mike
I got you.
Thanks, Mike. That's a big building.
Yeah.
Big kit. This is the diesel house kit that you guys built on the brunch build. Remember that kit, Mikey?
Yeah, it's right over here.
So that's going there. This is the machine shop over here. And the rest of it's the town scene's going over here in the alcove.
You mean that kit?
Yes, that kit. That's right. That kit. Yes, sir, that kit. And towns. Then the rest of the kits will spread around the layout as we so need. We got lots of space in here for buildings and along here. We moved the main line at the back here so we can put, let me raise the camera a bit more. You can see it. To put backdrop building along the back main line. Now, main line.
Mainline.
I'm going to raise this track about an inch or so higher. And I'm going to use Woodland Scenics incline kits, but I'm going to stagger the incline. So this track here is going to be start off here.
Yeah.
And I'll try and start this one at a different, so they won't be starting at the same point. And here that may come down the same. But I figure about an inch or so just to get it higher than the yard. Not too much. Hey, Thomas Grassi. Now, Thomas Grassi is helping me with some sort of wiring plan of some sort so we can isolate all the turnouts with isolators. We can plan for the future in districts. Because I have the EB1 circuit breakers I'm going to add to the system.
Yeah.
I do have my Wi-Fi tracks Wi-Fi interface, which I'll be using to power the trains. So I can use my TCS 50. Okay, Joe Ware, thanks for popping in.
Take care, Joe. Thanks for coming out. Great
So I
videos.
can use for controlling the trains. I have 2 of them. Because the TCS does not like to sell their product in Canada because they won't give the dealers any kind of break to make a bit of money.
Oh.
And so I got mine through Paris Junction Hobbies. They brought the one in and it came in. And Walter charging full retail on it. It was higher than the American price.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Postmodern. What's going on? Postmodern.
And then, hey, Postmodern, welcome. And
Alright.
so he actually had 2 of them. I bought the second one for $150. So I got
Oh.
2. So if someone comes
deal.
over, you can use your phone too, but I have 2 controllers. Plus, I still have my NC Power Cab wired controller.
Nice.
Because when I got my system, the NC, you could not buy radio in Canada. You still technically still can, but OBR in Tillsonburg does have a couple on the shelf.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, they're about $900 for a wireless NCE system, brand new, 5-amp system.
Right.
So that's what I decided. That's what I used.
Nice.
I got a good deal on the second one. I bought the first one at his cost. It cost him $299. That's what his cost was, and I bought it at cost. But it's $200 American from the TCS with the exchange on the dollar times 1.35. You get hit with a duty. You get hit with taxes.
You
It's
get the
just not
whammy.
worth it. It's too much money. And I tried. I talked to every dealer in Canada about buying it from them.
Yeah.
But they would not give them a break.
Huh.
They're only interested in selling themselves, and so they're not in Canada. They have a good system, but they're not catering to sell up across the border right now.
Oh.
So that's why if they ever die, I'll go back to I won't have wireless.
What else you got cooking there?
Well, that's the training room. I can move the other side of the room. So let me turn this. So that is the end of the room there. You
Yeah.
can see the alcove there.
Yeah, in boxes.
Yeah, now see, I sorted these out. The box at the end, that's all supplies.
Yeah.
Wiring, all kind of stuff. Trains are down here. Some of these boxes have my steel mill kit in they built, which is getting quite dusty.
Are you going to use the steel mill on your layout or no?
The only thing I'm planning on, Mike, is putting a shelf on the back wall here,
Yeah.
and maybe do a shelf layout with it.
Oh, nice.
But right now, it'd be a shelf and display only. It won't be set. I don't have the room for it.
Gotcha.
I needed twice the size of room to do a steel mill. It just would not function properly.
Takes up a lot of space, huh?
Yeah, it does. Well, the rolling mill, the building is 36 inches long. The blast furnace is about assembled, probably about 28 inches in length, excuse me.
Excuse me.
I didn't count everything else I was working on. And I have in the center room a little work area with lots of wire. I need some wire.
Yeah.
I have lots of wire. That's all 16 and 18 wire on the bench.
Oh, wow.
All from work. I work electrical. Because when you do electrical work and they have half spools, they won't use a partial spool because they're afraid they have a long run, it's going to break on them. They won't use a half spool.
Yeah.
It's considered waste. Made for a small little job here and there, but in construction, does not get used. They don't, you got 500 feet of conduit and you got a 400-foot spool of wire. Oh, shit, I got to pull and I'm short. So they don't use it.
I should have went like this and beat that out.
That's right. But yeah, that's what happened with wire. So all this surplus spools come surplus. They're charged to the job and they're either stripped for scrap, whatever. And I got a few spools. I was giving wire away before I moved. I got tons of stuff. I give it all away. Hey, John, welcome. Yeah, Derek, too still. Derek. I was working on what we call a basic oxygen furnace. I was
Yeah.
building it. It would have been bigger than my rolling mill and the blast furnace combined. I
Nice.
started. I have the kit here. It's down on the floor somewhere. I started it, and I gave Mikey got the other part of it because I didn't. It wouldn't work. And down the room, I was crash. I was crash. What do you call it? I was taking 4 or 5 kits into one to make a basic oxygen furnace kit.
Yeah.
Huge, huge.
John Garvin, how you doing?
But didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
No. And so, let me move my chair around. I got my little stool here.
You got
So
all
this is
your
the other side of the room here.
Yeah.
That's for the pump, the main water. Now I moved the copper main line to suit trains.
Yeah.
It was in the way. I moved it. All brand new all new lines come to the hot water tank. If I rotate the camera, mouse here. So this is the wall here. So this is where the area on the map that you see the large industry is in space here. So we don't know how this space is going to develop yet. So we're going to build all the layout around the room except for this area here, and then we'll do that last. Kit back. That's the right word. Thanks, Derek.
Yeah.
Kit back. I had 4 or 5 kits I bought to build. I even got a crane kit up there I bought to feed the iron ore to the blast furnace up there on the shelf.
You wore Curly out. He needs a nap.
What's that?
I said you wore Curly out with a nap. Now he needs a nap.
Well, take a nap and come back. We got all night.
Yeah.
You wanted to see the layout room, you get it. So that's now if you see in the corner over there, I'll raise the camera up.
Yep. Yep. You see the arm. Okay. Yeah.
Let me move this around here. Oops. I just lost.
And down we go. Look.
Yeah, I know. I hit the camera button here.
No worries.
Here we are. So over there in the corner there, it's kind of hard to see here. Let me turn this over this way here. Yeah. See that wooden thing in the corner there? That wooden contraption?
Wooden contraption.
It looks like a jigsaw in the corner.
Oh yeah. Your wire,
that's my foam cutter. I built that. It uses a transformer from we had outdoor lighting on the other house, and I couldn't buy any bulbs for it, so I kept the transformer, and I put a DC variable speed system on it and a bridge rectifier, and I built that.
Yeah.
It cuts really good.
Nice. I love cutting up the foam with it. It's a lot easier.
What's that?
I like using the foam cutter.
Well, yeah, but that worked better. The newer ones are coming out of it are cutting pretty good. But I had one before that it melted the foam instead of cutting it.
Oh.
This cuts really nice, but of course it's portable, not totally portable, but it does work. I haven't tried since I moved though.
Sean Pennywise in the chat. How you doing, Sean?
Yeah, I haven't seen you for a while. You've been hiding out.
He's been camping.
Yeah, it's been a while. I was going to call you last week. I haven't heard from you.
Camping season.
And what's that?
It's camping season.
So you camp too, and you still come to the trains.
Yeah, well, you got to set your priorities. Okay. Summer only comes once a year, right?
Yeah, I know. Don't remind me. And
before you know it, we'll be back in the winter full time.
That's right.
Sorry, basement. I mean, in the basement.
Well, except for Sean, he'll be out plowing snow.
Yep. I'll be working on the layout.
I'll be working down here. Well, I have a life that other size trains. I gotta take care of my wife and
Yeah.
the church. Like we're busy. Wednesday we're going to see a movie,
Ooh. Date night.
and
What movie you going to see?
we're going to see a movie, another musical somewhere out. We're going to see a play in Cambridge on Sunday.
Oh, it's playing, not a movie.
Yeah, it's called Kinky Boots at the Hamilton Family Theater in Cambridge, not too far from Sparky.
Oh, okay. So you just stop by and see Sparky and run some trains?
I doubt it. We're gonna go after church on Sunday.
We'll have to go there again. Sparky's waiting for us.
I was chatting the other day. He was away. He's busy. He's not on YouTube a lot right now. I'm not sure
He's
what's
busy
going
working.
on. But the only thing I have not found is I have a Bachmann New York Central E8. I have not found that locomotive yet.
Oh,
It's in a box somewhere. I might have boxed it and not realized what it was, and it's in a box that I've already cracked open, but I have not found it. That's
Wigwag, we
before
got to
my
get through
passport trip.
baseball first.
What's that?
Uh, Wigwag's talking hockey already. We got to get through baseball season first.
I'm not worried about hockey. Not too concerned about hockey. I'll wait for the playoffs.
That's late spring, summer.
Yeah,
It seems like playoffs go any longer anymore.
yeah. So, yes, I'm not sure. I do have one British train too.
You got one or two?
One.
Oh, okay, that you said
I got
two.
off a friend of mine. He has a store and he sold the. This is a box and
Hockey tickets go on sale tomorrow.
what class is it? It is a class, a
Go
C
get your
class steamer. Or not? Yeah, it's a steamer, British. C class they call it.
and you got one.
I got one. Yeah. I bought it. Well, a friend of mine has a store in Dundas that sells British stuff.
DC or DCC?
It's DCC fitted, they call it. No sound.
Nice.
Um, so yeah. So once we start building the bench work and we start seeing how it's going to pan out, we'll see how the space by the hot water tank. We'll see how that space evolves
Okay.
because there's a lot of space here, and yeah, I'm a visual learner. I might have lots of room to make changes to that medium industry area. I might be able. I don't know.
Right.
Definitely can. I definitely can experiment with that, but I'm not yet. I'll wait till I get everything else. I want to run trains first,
Once you
get the
the
main
bench
line
work
going, that kind of stuff, and that can come later. Because that's a peninsula, and I may want to make it a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Just
Once you
take
get the
out
bench
some of
work
the.
up, you'll see.
What's that, Mike?
I said once you get your bench work up, you'll see what you got for room.
That's right, and I may be able to make that space a little bit wider because I have access to both sides of it, so I don't have to worry about being too deep because I can access three sides. And I have a 30-inch aisle on one side, and the other way I got a lot bigger, so I might be able to improve that.
Oh, nice.
Sean, we'll we'll wait till the playoff and see.
Nice.
But more likely, unless they know how to score in that net, they're not going to win in it.
Yeah. Old time hockey. That's what we need.
Yeah, full-time trains.
He's gonna have a lift
Lift out. Lift up, actually.
left out.
Um,
Not a
I
swing gate,
haven't
but a lift out.
decided about the lift out for the staging track. Yeah, how am I going to do that? Right now, it's going to be a lift up with hinges using the same devices I showed you earlier, the connecting
Yeah,
point from
I
DCC
like those.
Concepts.
That's one thing about the UK. It's their technology is still ahead of us by 10 years.
Oh yeah, pretty amazing what they've done. But yeah, so now if you see in turn here, so you can see that the lights in the ceiling. Well, I'm
Yep.
gonna add this corner over here by the TV. That's a dark zone. I'm gonna add a light there
Yeah.
and one above us right in this space in here.
Yeah.
But
A
it's
bunch
gonna
of
be
lights.
fed from back behind us. But that light's gotta come out because of the plumber for the bathroom, and I'll put it
Oh,
back in. But that's the end light, and that's where I got to feed from. I'll run line to there and run over to there.
so you could put a hole in the wall going through the bathroom.
No,
Oh.
no, no hole. You got the hole. I gave you the hole in the wall. That's all you get. All you didn't get was blue smoke.
That's when we start seeing the bench work. Then you'll
You
show us
got.
wiring, and
You're
we'll
not
get
going to
both
see
of them.
bench for 2 3 weeks. I'm going over to the cabinet shop on Wednesday
Yeah.
to check out his
Free
scrap
wood.
pile and start cutting wood
Start
for
cutting wood.
bench work.
Now you're
The
talking.
the cross like anything under 3 feet to him in the scrap pile, that's all valuable wood for cross braces. And I'm using 3/4 inch wood for all the framework, 1/2 inch for the top, and I will use 1/4 inch plywood to blend all the curves around the layout because I like the idea of having curves and no
Yeah.
90-degree corners.
Nice.
And I'll cut the plywood to suit the curves. And so, but we're coming. I went through all my boxes and some of the cabinetry I built in the other house. They're going to stay here. They're going to go underneath the layout. I'll put shelving underneath the layout. Some areas I'm going to have an area that I can store tubs because that's under the layout. It's storage. I can put a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
I haven't figured out how to store trains so I can access it
Right.
for running trains. I have one cabinet. It's not quite high enough to put a car in the way I'd like it to be, but I'm going to try another idea. Lay them underside with some foam and the rest in there to take them out when I need. So I got that from my Kia. So, but that's about it for the train room. Um, as far as I've done so far. All
Yeah.
right,
Okay.
the room is done. I can't do any more to the room other than the lighting for the room. I need to add 2 plugs. One for the wall by the furnace so I can power up the staging yard switch machines. And I want to put a plug on the wall where the bench is right now. There's no plug there. James, do you kerf the plywood to do your curves? No, I do not, because I cross-cut the wood opposite, and I use 1/4 inch plywood, and it'll bend really easy.
Corey's got one for you too.
If you're doing business with a cabinet shop, anyway, get a couple of bags of sawdust to make homemade. That's a possibility too. I make my own sawdust shavings, so I throw it in the dump right now. I can get all I want, and that's tons of it. But
That's it.
yeah, Sean, if you take plywood and you cross cut it and not rip cut, it will bend.
It will bend, eh?
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
My last layout, I used 1/8 inch Baltic birch, and I laminated it together because because it was 5 feet boards, and I rip cut it, and it
Yeah.
is it really works. It bend nice, but I'm not going to do that because I found out that the 1/4 inch stuff will bend too. So, but just rip cut it. Do not cross cut. So rip cutting on a 4x8 sheet of plywood, you're cutting it in a 4-foot direction, not the 8-foot direction. And yes, the sculptor mode idea using sawdust is great. I also use Flex 90, a drywall compound too.
Yeah, that works.
But I'm not there yet for that part, and I don't want to bring anything in here trying ready to use it because it gets in my way. But
Yeah,
the
you're
box I
limited
built,
to space.
it slides on the off. What's that, Mikey?
I said you're limited to space. You don't want to jam the room
Yeah,
up.
I have space, but the work center we're putting in, I'm gonna have a sink in that room. I have a
Oh
sink.
yeah.
I put it in the other house.
Yeah.
It was so handy for airbrushing to have a sink right by the airbrush.
Oh
So I
yeah.
decided to put the same sink in this space here.
Absolutely.
And the cabinet shop is going to put the workbench in that space, and the staging track is going to go on top of the workbench, believe it or not.
Right.
Because we're setting up, that was another thing, the height of that, the backing of the bench work is for that area can be 38 inches. So I got 1.5 inches of space to play with for my bench work. And because the floor, it dips so much around here,
Yeah.
40 inches, and I have leg level. I should actually show you the leg level I got, Mikey.
Yeah, it's pretty good leg leveler. You've been almost 1.5 hours. Are you gonna throw up the link tonight and invite some guests in, or anybody that wants to come up? Oh, where'd he go? 27 and 20. 27 watching, 20 likes. 22 likes. That's what I could see, 22. You get him, Sean. Oh, 23 likes. It's climbing.
I'll turn this camera around here and see.
Hey, do you want me to put the
So-
link up?
So there is the leg leveler there I got. See that? So basically
Can you hear
so every leg's going to get one of these.
me? Oh, yeah.
So I can level the benchmark. That's my last layout. I had the layout pretty level.
Yeah.
And nothing's going to be attached to the walls. It'll be wedged to the wall, but not attached to the wall. But that's the, I bought these off Amazon. So that's the legs. And lift gate is going to be right where I'm sitting pretty well, somewhere in this area here. And yeah, the next step is build, I guess. I'll shift some of the boxes down because trying to keep the boxes below the 40-inch mark, which is that red line on the wall you saw there.
Yeah.
The bottom of that red line is 40 inches approximately. So I got to make sure the boxes are below that level. And I'll move them around a little bit to make that work.
And then she's build, build, build. Sawdust will be flying.
So, did you post a link, Mikey?
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to bring anybody
Oh,
up.
sure, I don't mind.
Go for
I
another
will.
half an hour or so, whatever you want. Put the
Only an
link
hour
up.
and a half. Only an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where I am on the layout. And I have to send pictures to Mr. Mark. He missed his hole in the wall.
Yeah.
His expansion. Yeah, I would like to put track to that hole, but just you would have to be here to see it, but physically, it would mean another. It would need another track length, and it's just be interfere with the workspace on the other side of the room.
Right.
Just too much.
Lots of work, eh?
Oh yeah. So you're talking. That's why I moved the track around to so I can get that switch machine for the double cross on the staging yard. That's gonna go right by the furnace.
Okay.
And it's going to be supported by a leg there so to keep that rigid because I'm going to have a hinge.
Mm-hmm.
But more like going to hinge from the other side though because I'm going to have I'm going to make the lift gates as narrow as possible so there's less material to work with and lighter of use.
Right.
But I will be using those connectors from DCC Concept.
Yeah, I like those connectors.
Yeah, well, I might do the staging yard track. I might do as a lift out. If I make it small, my last layout when I did the layout, I was building a lift out to lead to a yard track or a staging track, and I had it all built. And I made a lift out,
Yeah.
and I used the shelf pins to. Hey, there's our good buddy. Hey, Thomas, welcome.
Hello.
Nathan Five asking you a question there.
So yeah, it's just that my last layout, I built a lift out, and I used.
Can you hear me all right?
Out, you know.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, it
hear
worked
you.
pretty good, but I decided to sell the house. I never finished it. Scrapped it all. Gone. I actually have one piece of wood for my last layout that I'm going to recycle into this layout. I'm going to put it somewhere.
Nice.
Oh, I did find this.
I don't know if you've seen the question yet.
This was my control panel to my last layout.
Swiss cheese.
What's that?
Swiss cheese.
Yeah. It is
That's
Swiss
all the
cheese
switches
now.
there.
So it was made for the Walther switch machines. This was my
Power cap.
cap control module. And the wood, believe it or not, I recycled this wood from our church pews that we bought. I bought a bunch of them to the fundraiser, and this came from the wood.
Oh, nice.
This was this piece of wood is almost as old as me. So
About as young as you said.
So that's where I am in the space. I got a bunch of these things, Mike. I don't know if you wanted any of these things here. I came across these. These are old PN timetables.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Northern Ontario area.
Those are collectibles.
Here's the Ottawa region one here.
Iron Fire?
Yeah. This one here is Atlantic. These are all 60, 67 there.
Nice.
I had a big thick one I got from the museum from Smith Falls, and I gave it away to somebody. But I got these, and what else?
I was talking to the grandson today, and he says, "Hey, Papa." I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "I'm only not even 5 minutes from Smith Falls, and they have a railroad museum. Are we gonna go there next weekend?" I said, "Sure." We checked that.
You never been there before?
Nope.
Oh, I've been. You got to go to the dental car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Torture chamber. Take your kids there.
67, the year I was born. That's when the Leafs won the cup.
That's when I started grade 9.
67.
I was in 7th grade.
I started high school in 67.
Oh, wow. Did you see
Yeah.
Nathan Five Chimes' question earlier?
Okay.
He asked you when you're going to start building layout. I said 2 to 3 weeks.
I think 2 to 3 weeks. I'm just waiting on the material.
You're going to do framing and
What's that, Mikey?
you're going to frame it, hang it, and bang it.
Frame. Someone's paying attention. I fell asleep there. But yeah, I'm gonna build. Start building. Pretty well ready. I was cleaning out the garage today to get ready. I'm gonna build it down here. I'm gonna set up a workstation for assembly in the other room. I'm gonna cut the wood down here. But I gotta develop some dust collection for my miter saw. But I'm gonna try to do it down here because I'll be working down here in the winter because it's gonna take me a while to get all this bench work done before I can run trains.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Fair bit of work ahead of us.
Well,
What are
you
you
have to
working
take
on
that.
tonight
You have to
there,
take-
Thomas?
What's that, Thomas?
I said you got to take special care when you're doing your workbench. That way, everything else will work better.
That's right. You
Yeah,
want
yeah,
a good
take
level.
your time on that. Yeah, don't rush it.
You want a good level track.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. What
Yeah.
I'm working on is I ordered some relays from Amazon the other day.
Okay.
And they were supposed to be here on Sunday, and they never came. So, and the Amazon app on my phone had no tracking information on it at all. And I
Oh.
go, what's going on? What's going on? You know, so I called up Amazon, and I had another order. I don't know if anybody saw that video I put up with my Hall of Fame with all my stickers on it.
I did.
But yeah, those pieces of plexiglass, they came a day late too, and everything seems to be going into the state of New York, and they have to go through New Jersey. I don't know why they go to New York. They should stop, especially Amazon, because in New Jersey there's
I don't
some
know.
distribution centers here in New Jersey. You think it would stop here instead of going to New York? The only thing I could think of is they had a lot of packages destined for New York,
Well, a good friend of mine, son, he works for Amazon, and his office is in where is it? Nashville.
right?
And his job is designing and getting all the new distribution centers done. And his office is in South Carolina. It's in Nashville.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. You order something from the States and it travels across the U.S. It takes a scenic trip before it makes it to Canada.
Yeah.
But I had a package come from Amazon the other day. It came at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Well, it was funny. So I woke up this morning, and on my app, it still had no tracking information. After lunch, I saw it was in New Jersey.
Right there.
And then I got a message saying, "Oh, your package is going to arrive today." And then I got home from work at about 5:30, and 6 o'clock, Amazon was at the door with my relays. And of course, I hooked them up, and it doesn't work. So I got to figure out what's going on with that. And I just also ordered flat cable and RJ12 connectors and a crimping tool. And now I can make my own NCE cable, right? And I made my first one, and I tested it, and it worked. And I hooked it up, and now all my AIU 01s are now connected and working. So now I got to make up a whole bunch of cables because the 7-footers that I have, I want to shrink them down to the right size. And then I'll be able to, that'll clean up the wiring under there a little bit. Because I have two devices like this far apart, and I have a 7-foot cable going between the two. I don't need that. I only need a little 6-inch cable.
So Tom, so a question I asked you and clarify: when we start doing districts in a layout, we have 4 districts. Do you actually run a pair of feeders through every district?
Yeah. Well, you have. I've gotten away with doing like 16, 18, almost 20 feet between feeders.
Okay.
Normally, the rule of thumb is every 6 feet, 6 to 8 feet, you want to have a set of feeders.
Right.
Okay, because the bus line runs all the way around your layout, so you can just drop feeders anywhere you want.
That's right. Yes.
Right now, with the if you insulate those turnouts, like I said,
Yeah.
then you can start your districts anywhere you want.
Okay.
Right, and
I just thought for sure.
those two turnouts coming up to the yard on each side.
Yeah.
Right? If you insulate them on the diversion tracks, like I
Yeah.
said, right, then that'll make that whole yard one district.
Right. So that's my question. But you still only have 2 pair of feeders, though. Or are you gonna have more? Because that's what I'm thinking. That's my understanding. Like I have 4 breakers, so we could actually divide the layout into 4
6
areas and
districts.
feed each area by a
Right.
breaker. Hey, Tammy and Ray, welcome.
Right. So you're gonna have. Let's just make it simple. You have one EB1.
Yep.
Okay. From your command station to the track out on the command station goes to the EB1.
Yeah.
Then 2 wires go out of the EB1, and then you connect that to your bus line.
Okay.
Okay. And then that bus line services wherever you want it to go.
Okay.
Okay. So
Right.
if you have a district for the yard, you have one bus line going out to your yard, and you run it underneath the yard, and then you can put feeders down for each
Right. Okay.
each yard track if you want to, because you can
Okay.
you can
That's what I thought. Because that's what I was thinking. If I run,
you're going to need
Somewhere-
4 you're going to have 4 bus lines minimum here.
that's
Right.
right. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm thinking. If I run pairs of bus line, different colors, then I would know where they are.
Right. Now,
That's what I'm thinking.
one thing I didn't tell you about was that I have what's called a snubber on the end of each one of my bus lines.
I'm gonna add them.
Okay, good. Yeah.
NC makes them. I know
Yeah,
that for a fact.
you get 2 in a pack.
Yeah, that's right. I need
Right.
4.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
gonna add
that
that.
protects any noise coming back across.
Right.
Right. So,
They also say you should be twisting your bus lines, but I didn't bother.
well, see, mine is the wire I use is speaker wire, and
Right.
it's already twisted. So,
Yeah, I'm not using speaker wire.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, it worked. That's what Larry, the DCC guy, did. He used speaker wire, and that's
Yes,
why I
yeah.
use them. Right.
But
And everybody uses different kind of wire. At one time, I had not solid, but it was a single wire. One was red and one was black, and I had that going around. Then I yanked that all out and I put in the speaker wire, and
Right.
that was like. And then I just take a razor and split it, and then I put my
Yes.
I use these they're T-taps, and then I have a spade connector on the end of the feeder wire.
When you call it T-tap, oh, I know the one. I have some of those put away. I know the ones you mean.
Yeah, right. What it
I
does
have
is
those.
it crimps on top of the wire,
Yeah.
and then a spade connector slides right into it and makes connection.
See,
And
that's where.
I use that for all my feeders, all my lights, everything that plugs into the bus
See,
line.
when you were in the beginning, I was going through the connectors that I had.
Right. Yeah, those lever connectors, they're good, but they're a little heavy for the small wire that I use on my lights and my signals. So what I do with my signals is I run them into a terminal block,
Right.
screw that underneath, and then I have the lighted wires going into there. So if I
Right.
need to take out the signal, all I got to do is unscrew 4 wires.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't done
Right.
that point, but I used when my last layout, I used the way that RC Grab Bag did his layout.
Yeah. Yeah, with the
He
suitcases connectors.
but he only for the connection to the feeder, but he still used the Wacos
Right.
in between a pigtail and the feeder.
Right.
So
Yes.
you can troubleshoot.
Right. Absolutely. And like on my layout, I can disconnect any feeder and any
That's right.
bus line.
But
It's simple.
using the suitcase, that's way second podcast did a little video on using the lever connectors,
Right.
and you run the bus line in, run it out, and you
Right.
have a connection for your feeder.
Yeah, and they have various combinations of those. They're really
Yeah.
nice.
So
Yeah,
I
I
think
bought
if
them. I
anyone
bought
is
them a long time ago.
possible.
Yeah, I got 2 coming in, 4 going out.
Yeah. Yeah.
1-on-1, and then in and out. That they are. So on my push button panel,
Yeah.
I was using those telephone butt connectors and squeezing down on the 2 wires, and then it was locked.
Yeah.
in place.
I
The
have.
only problem with those is they're permanent, and you have to
That's right.
break them to get them apart.
That's
So
right.
what I switched over to was the lever connectors on there. I
Yes.
just stick them in there, lock it down, and they're done.
Yeah. That's right. So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna use a combination of everything on my layout. The lighting I haven't decided yet. When I get to the lighting, we'll deal with that when we get to it. I'll just run new lines for the lighting
Well,
and
first,
run,
you got to get track in place. And
Yeah.
You got to get power to the track
like
and
the
all that.
lighting. I'm gonna run 22 anyhow.
Right. Yeah. Well,
No problem, Tammy. You go rest. There's tomorrow.
Right. I use telephone wire.
Oh, I can get
twisted
tons
pair.
of that.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
had my cousin worked for Bell Canada. When I moved, I had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I had 5,000 feet of 6-pair wire.
Right. Well, I got a
Well, I had
spool.
1,000
like
feet of
1,000 foot of
8-pair Cat 5 cable.
Right. Yeah, I got Cat 6 spool, 1,000
Yeah.
feet in my
But
closet.
but the 20 number 20 is not too bad. It's not
No,
very
20
heavy.
works well for lights, and it's thin enough. And I use solid wire for those.
Yeah.
And-
Well,
I use solid wire even for my frog wire because I don't like stranded wire to try and get that in that little hole on the frog.
but
But the other turnout, well, see, I got Atlas turnouts,
yes.
and I got the
So-
little
I'll get it
eyelet.
Walter's. I'll get it Walter a little bit different. Hang on. I know what they're in.
Everybody has a different type of connection, and to get that wire through that little eyelet, it's a pain with stranded because always 1 or 2 strands has to go outside of the hole. You never can get, and you sit there and you twist it and twist it and twist it, and try and make it tight. So I use solid wire for that.
So here's a Walters curved turnout.
Right?
My last layout. You hold it to the camera there. See that
Yeah.
little soldering spade?
Yeah, right.
That's the one thing about the Walters turnouts. And I did notice too, 'cause I was watching a program about doing switches, and they soldered jumpers across the blades. Well, Walters does it automatically for you.
Right. Yeah. You don't.
You don't have to worry about your switch blades getting dirty or not, because they're wired. They're hot wired.
Right. So yeah, everybody makes their turnouts a little different, and
Yes.
like I'm an Atlas guy, so I stick with Atlas stuff. And
Oh, George.
I have a couple of Pico turnouts because Atlas doesn't make those kind of turnouts.
And
So-
I bought the new Pico Unifrogs from the last layout.
right.
I did not like them. They were
No.
poorly, because all the points where the throw bar is,
Yeah.
well, Walters, they're riveted. They have a rivet in there. They're cramped tight. The Unifrog, I don't know if you remember the old tin toys, and they used to have little metal tabs, and they push through the tin coil, they bend over.
Right.
That's how the Unifrog connection were, and I had several fall apart on me.
Maybe the guy that designed them
Hey,
had that
George,
toy.
welcome. What's that?
I said maybe the guy that designed them had that toy.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because I took a couple back. Then I have two here, a brand new one and an old one. And the old one is bad. It's totally, they fell apart. And I was fighting
Oh,
with them, trying to bend those tabs over and use CA glue to hold together.
Yeah.
No, I went to Walters and 100%. The only thing with Atlas is Diamond Crossing, but if I had my way, I'd be buying a fast track Diamond Crossing kit for
Mhm.
my crossing.
there
But
you
I'll
go.
play with. Yeah, Derek, I really like these Diamond Crossings. They're turnouts. They're well made. The only thing we
Now,
don't know about, like
what
Mike's had,
degree? What
is
degree is that crossing, James? What
what's
degree is?
that?
What's the degree of the crossing?
I forget now.
Is it 12 or?
No, it's at least a 30 or a 45, but I can play with that.
Okay.
It's not set in stone, but I know that the Fast Tracks makes the kits. There's a
Right.
guy I met who lives in Brantford area. He will build it for me.
There you go.
The Fast Tracks is an hour's drive from my house.
No, that's not bad.
I bought all the sweeps from them from doing the layout.
Right.
I got them all. But I really impressed with these Walters Turner. And the only one I'm using right now for other than Walters is the Atlas Crossings. For
On your layout,
Yeah,
where the staging yard is, those two
Yeah.
tracks,
yeah.
that's a turnout there, right? In the middle.
That's a double crossover.
Oh, that's a double. You mean a slip? Double slip
No, double crossover.
in the yard.
Walter.
Oh,
Walters.
why not a double slip?
Well, the first thing is Walters make one,
Yeah.
and I bought it for the other layout.
Okay, because a double slip, you can go in any direction.
So can you double crossover too?
Split Rock's got a question there.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm understanding, Thomas, that there are a good piece to add on. They're not that very expensive. They do help. Larry the DC guy did a video on those, and he explains it in great detail. They're only about 20. You bought some, Mike. They're about $20 for a pair of them,
Yeah.
and you can actually make your own.
Yeah, you
too.
can make your own. I never looked into doing that because I have to get a couple more because of the added bus
Now
line.
Derek says Digitrax. I don't know Digitrax. I just know that on
Yeah. Digitrax uses the PSX system. They have that, but that's their. I thought that was their like the EB1 equivalent type of thing.
But I'll get the. I got my crossover.
I never saw anything for Digitrax that handled the other end of the bus line because it ends. It's cut off. It's not connected to anything. My end is connected to a snubber, which then will keep the line clean, and you won't get any noise on your line and send decoders bad information or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm not a electronics technician by any means, but I use snubbers and I know what they do, but technically I can't really explain it in that much.
Yeah, I'm electrical. When I was in electronics, the world has changed from my electronic days to what we have today.
Yeah, mine too. We didn't have all this kind of stuff back then.
So there,
Thomas, bus lines.
There's the double crossover.
Oh, okay, I see.
So you have a straight track, straight, and crossover, double crossover.
Gotcha.
So, and every
so you need four you need 4 motors to run that.
Yep.
See, on a double slip, you only need 2.
Yeah. Well, I had these, and they're Walters.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use the Walter switch machines on these, 4 of them, and I will hopefully control them with the power cap.
And you do know that when you have a double crossover like that, the motor on the upper left and the lower right have
Yes.
the same address, and then the lower left and the upper right have the same address. It's crystal.
But that I'll find out. But yes, I do know that the Walter switch machines, when you hook them up together.
Right.
If you hit the button for the one, it automatic or it make the other one go too. That I know. I had crossings on the other layout,
Mm-hmm.
and I use Walter switch machines,
Right.
and they have a decoder built in too,
Right.
and they have micro switches built in.
Right. Yeah, they should have 2 of them. They should have 2 micro switches.
That's right.
Same as the tortoise. They have 2 micro switches.
Yeah, and they also have a feed for the frog too.
Right.
But that's what I would do that. But because of where the double crossover is located in the layout, it'd be easier to control that double cross with my power cap.
Right.
But I'm gonna power it by a separate power supply because it's logistically it's in a bad spot.
Yeah.
That's
Why
why
not put a push button and control it with a push button?
not that one.
No.
I can put it in if I'm out there, but I don't need to. I'm gonna power. I want to run it by the power cap.
Randall, what are you?
Yeah,
working
well,
on?
you'll be able to still run it by power.
Right
cap.
now, I'm not working on anything as yet, Mike.
Sorry,
That's
Thomas.
Yet, but
Yeah, it's okay.
Yes, if I'm near the double crossover, I can have a push button station at that point.
No, you
I
can
could.
have your push button anywhere you want.
Yeah, but that crossover is part of a swing gate, a lift out gate. I mean
that one?
wiring.
I'm talking about the staging yard one is?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I thought
That's
that
the only
was
reason that's why I said about that area there. It needs to be fed by 2 wires feeding that track.
Right.
Because it's separate from the main layout. It's going to be either a lift out or a lift gate of some sort using the DCC Concepts connecting points.
Okay.
Gotcha.
It
So
is
the lift out is going to be the double crossover then, right?
Yeah, I didn't think that was
the
that double
crossover is
crossover.
going to be in the track plant, but I'm going to make the crossover. It's going to be stationary right by the furnace.
Okay.
The lift out is going to go. That's why I moved why I altered the track plan a bit to get that. I wanted that staging track as tight to the furnace I could possibly get it.
Mm-hmm.
Very tight to that space. The space looks very wide, but it's about 10 inches there. But it's going to be freestanding. It'd be like a bench work. It's going to be almost 12 feet long.
Right.
Because the track from the double crossover to the corner is almost 10 feet.
Okay.
That's 2 big long tracks of trains that I can park. That I can go I can go left or right, north, south. I can cross over anywhere I want.
Right.
But I'm gonna feed. I figured if we do feeders for that for a district, I would make that a district by itself, and we do the yard as a district. That's 2,
Right.
and we have the main line, and we decide where the 4th one's gonna go.
Right.
But the main line, I think, be one circuit.
Right. You don't have do you have 2 main lines or just 1?
2.
2. You can make each one of them their own separate.
But then wherever spur line that come off each main line would be powered by that district.
Right.
The yard be a totally district.
Right.
Main line A is District 2. Main line B is another district, and any track that's leading off that main line, we part of that, which is strictly industry spur lines.
Right.
So that's probably a good comment. That's why I'm thinking about the wiring. If I run 4 pairs of wire, but different colors,
Right.
so I would know.
Well, I use the same color wiring, but
Yeah,
what I did was I got these tags that I got from Amazon, and they're like zip ties, and then you wrap them around a wire, you cut off the excess, and then you have a small area that you can write on. But I used my zip gun, and I made BD1. That's Block District 1, and then I Block District 18, and whatever.
Yeah. Well, I thought I did that in the other layout. I was using wire markers too.
Yeah.
That's feasible too, but I think sometimes when I can get twisted up when I look at it because my focusing sometimes can be difficult.
Right.
So I'm thinking of my visual now as I get older to make it simple, stupid type idea.
Right.
If
Well, if you got enough wire, you can make it different colors. But see, I tried doing that too, and I ran out of the color.
Yeah. Well, I can use heat shrink tubing too, and that. But yes, there's a few. Like I was thinking, if I was using 16, I had red, black, blue, and yellow. I got lots of it.
Right. There you go.
Yeah, that's another idea. But I was thinking if I was gonna buy wire, more wire, I can buy some different colors.
I had to go back to the chat there for a minute.
Oh, I do like I was looking at the Anchor marine duty wire. It's $40 for a 100-foot spool. But it's actually tinned wire versus bare copper.
Right.
So if I'm gonna spend the money, I'll use my 14 I have for the red and black.
Lines, right.
But I'll buy 6 other wires for the other buses, or maybe. But I could use my staging track could be the same color as my one main line because it's a self-contained track. This tricky got a bus wire going to it. It's gonna run all the way.
I even had the blue and I have a blue and brown speaker wire, which is common color, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's I think that's 4. Or is it 16? It's 16. Mm. It goes all the way around. I even got brown and blue feeders.
Yeah.
That way I knew which one going on which one.
Well, yeah, that's right.
But then I ran out of the brown and blue, and then I had to use red and black or something like that. And
when I was my last layout, I couldn't buy black number 20. I could not buy it anywhere in the world. So I ended up buying brown. So I do have 3 colors. So I could buy a spool of, say, white feeder wire, and I can have 2 colors.
Right.
Nice.
I have red and black and a brown. I'll get a white. So I'll use white and brown and red and black for 2 different colors for the feeders.
Yeah. Is that the new scale?
I found
these are some of the 50% ones I got, Mike.
The 20 wire.
They just got to have new couplers put on them.
Well, the 20 wire will fit into the track really nice.
Right.
That's what I found, and I like to get it held its shape, and it fit just right in. If you look at the side of the track line where you solder it, the wire just fits there just nice.
Right.
Tucked in there, makes a really nice, neat solder joint, and where you.
Right.
So, and sorry, Randall, what we were.
Oh, I was just telling Mike that these were some of these cars I got off the 50% sale. Yeah, a while back. Of course, they've long since sold out by now, but.
Yeah.
Are they sold out of those?
Oh, yeah. They're gone.
Bummer.
Well, but that's not in Canada anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter. We got some of those.
You got some of those?
Yeah.
From where?
See, that's
Uh,
the 158, so I don't need those.
What make are they, Randall?
Scale trains.
Oh, that's
Scale
the ones
train.
you got.
Yeah,
For the,
this one here is the operator. This one and the white one that I've got here. I've got 4 of the operators and 1 rivet counter.
they don't. The dealer up here won't sell. Don't sell operator up here. The one that I talked to. Yes, Chris, I seen your car. I did that. I put a sticker on the board for positive and negative. Oh yeah, I remember that kind of thing.
Yeah. That's what I have on my box.
I'm going to get my phone cradle.
But
That-
sometimes
that
you
way I
get
don't get
under
it
the
mixed up.
layout and you get I can easily visualize the foot. It's my vision. It's the problem now. It's not the point of remembering the color code. It's my focusing, and I make it blurred when I look up in the ceiling up in there. So I got to make it more idiot proof.
Is that a Procar tanker?
Oh, yeah.
Or an AMX?
I bought more Concord cars, Randall.
Oh, you did?
Bought 4 more.
I've got some Concord passenger cars that I got at
That's right.
auction.
Passenger cars. CN. I bought
CN.
4, and I
The-
think
the-
4 Athearn box cars.
These ones I got are Chesapeake and
Hey.
Ohio.
My good buddy Heath, I was talking about the suitcase connectors, buddy.
Yeah. Heath in the
Lever
chat.
connectors.
Heath.
Hey.
Hey, Heath, how you doing?
Oh,
Mike.
God.
I
That's
got this
real.
in the mail today, Mike.
You got it in the mail today. Nice.
But what does this word here on the bottom of your address say?
N0N 1C0.
Yeah,
The postal code,
N0N
isn't it?
1C0. What the heck is that?
That's my postal code.
Oh, that's your postal code?
Yeah, you guys have zip codes. We have postal codes.
Oh yeah, we have postal codes.
So
With a letter and 2
N0N
numbers and a letter.
1CO.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
1 Charlie O. It's actually a 0.
0.
One Charlie 0.
1 Charlie 0.
Hey Heath, welcome to the craziness of train building. How's your layout, buddy? How's the layout?
No. He's saying no. The one that gets
I gotta get something for
my
you.
wife's car.
I lost my fancy chair over there.
Where'd he go?
He lost
Oh,
some.
must be getting something else.
Yep. Once he gets his layout, then he can just show the layout and point at it,
Yeah.
right?
Like, boom, there you go. Now those,
I'm getting the better chair. That hard, that wooden one's kind of hard on the butt.
yeah, you got to get the comfy chair.
Yeah, I get the
That's
good
that
chair.
tanker car. Are you switching up the couplers? You said.
I bought this drafting chair because it's higher. See, Heath?
Oops.
This is how RC Grab Bag does his layout connections. He uses a suitcase and a pigtail,
Yeah, that's not good.
and he hooks it up to this device here.
Mm.
There you go, Heath. That's how RC Grab Bag did his wiring. Yeah, I bought this drafting chair, Mikey. It's counter height.
Yeah.
I'd be working on the railroad, but I'm watching your stream instead. I'm glad you popped in. I gotta send you my address again to get my stickers off you again. I haven't found the ones you gave me before. And I misplaced. I asked Joe Rader for a warranty replacement because I misplaced his. But I did come across this. This is the only mug that I ever bought. It's in a box.
Anyone
Because
here?
the shipping is so
HO
much
sales
money
besides
from the States that I
FLA
refuse to buy
the
anymore.
road dog?
Here, open the box.
I'm HO, but I think
Heath
I think all of us
has
are
some
good.
O scale, I
Oh,
believe.
maybe Heath, eh? Heath's
He
so
has
scale.
one
I've
of
got
every scale I thought he had there.
I've got a little bit of O scale, but not much.
It's the only mug I bought.
That's a
Joe
nice mug.
Razor.
Joe Raider. It
Black
cost
Rock,
me
Central.
almost $20 to ship this mug up to Canada.
That's crazy.
And plus, I had to buy the mug.
Heath's got a question for you.
What's the question?
No, he just said check out the T-Taps, which I told you about already.
Yeah.
I have the. You ever seen the connectors that Peter L uses, Thomas?
No, I was away from the
Well,
screen when you
I'll
were
go
talking
get it.
about
I bought some.
Oh, gone again.
it.
I guess we'll have to take that truck off.
So, Randall, are you changing up the couplers? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, the operator cars, they come with plastic couplers, and I'm going to put KD 119s on them.
Okay.
Here, if you can see it,
Cross
Thomas,
couplers?
from here.
But I'm
No.
having to hold this car with one hand.
You
And
gotta put it in the camera, James. There you go.
So they're designed. They're called, I think, a posi-tap connector. So
Okay.
they're designed to push a wire into here, and you clamp it tight.
Right.
And then at the top, you have a slot to run two wires through.
I got you.
And they're called a T-tap. This is what Peter L uses on his layout.
Hmm.
I'm not too impressed. I would rather use the suitcase with a pigtail or lever the Waco connectors.
Yeah, let me get mine. I'll show you.
But the only thing about when you're using suitcases, you have to
What
use
the
the proper
heck?
tool to crimp them.
Well, you can't use channel locks?
Not the right tool.
That works.
Well, when you work in an electrical field, Mr. Mikey, you'll learn there's a right way and a wrong way. It's like when you lift the crane, there's a right way and a wrong way, right?
Oh, yeah. There's the cowboy way and the right way.
Here you go, James. This is a T connector right here.
Yes.
So
You
what
see
you
that?
do is you bend it like this,
Yeah.
and now you have this here part, the wire goes through, right?
Yeah.
And then you have that little tab there, and then this is a spade connector, insulated. And then that slides right over top of that into there.
They make a proper tool for them. I'll show you one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause see, what we learned, we did a job years ago up at the Frito-Lay plant.
You can
And
drop it down.
they're talking MCM cable. I'm talking
Yeah,
cable
exactly.
is 1 inch in diameter.
all right.
I got this tool for
What'd you say that tool was called for crimping those, what do you call them? Suitcase connectors.
these are designed for suitcases. They're made by Klein.
Yeah, that's for
Yeah.
suitcases. These are for spade connectors.
That's right. So when we did this NCM cable, like we use the lugs for hooking up motors. And if you ever seen a lug for a cable connector, they're color coded for
Mhm.
different wire sizes.
Right.
Well, they also got the color coding is also in bands, where every band is also a crimp zone. So you might have a big cable that it'll have 4 stripes of red on the barrel. That is 4 crimp zones that you have to crimp every
4 of
point.
them. Right.
And that is because with high voltage you get a lot of current
Right.
and they get hot.
Yeah, they sure
If you have
do.
a bad connection, you'll have a meltdown.
Exactly.
But that's so we I've always dealt with crimps on motors and connect, because that's how I work for a living. I've worked on motors for a living, and we use crimps, and we crimp things correctly.
Papa John uses cuss words and duct tape.
It's a red green. Is you
Yeah,
talking?
I use a few choice words every once in a while here. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think
Especially
we
if you
all
get laying underneath there. Well,
That's right, Corey. There's a right way and a wrong way.
exactly. And
Don't cut
there are
corners.
many different ways to do everything. So
There is. Yeah, there is.
you
There's
have
all
to
kinds-
choose what you like and what works for you.
But I've seen like these lever connectors here. Like electricians don't like these up in Canada. They do not like them. But I've seen videos on these testing for current, and they don't melt. They work good.
Yeah,
But
you mean the lever connector? You're showing a lever? Yeah, they work for 120, no problem.
oh yeah, they're beautiful. But up here in Canada, they just old school. But I remember years ago, I worked with an electrician, and we used to do BX wire. We used to wrap the copper line from the ground around the twirl of the BX and bend it backwards. The curling kept the anti-short in, but the wire, the pigtail came through. There's my ground. I grounded with the clamp. But that's against code now.
Right. Yeah, I always used to use wire nuts in the house, and then I would use electrical tape.
If you look on Amazon, Heath, just look for pliers for
suitcases.
suitcase connectors. And one thing about suitcase connectors, don't buy stuff made in China. Don't.
That's pretty much everything.
Buy the 3M. Buy the name brand ones made in they may be made in China, but they're made to a higher spec. Buy the name brand when it comes to suitcase. These are 3M.
Don't go cheap on the connector.
No, these are 3M. No, I did buy the lever connectors. They're a clone of Waco. They seem to be all right. I was testing the other day. They seem to work pretty good, so I'm okay with those. But yeah, don't you? But we're talking 5 amps maximum. Yeah. If you're running
14 volts. Come on.
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing to worry about. Like
Yeah,
if you divide our layout into 4 districts, you have a 5 amp system. You're only going to be running an amp and a half to each district.
Right.
So it's not a worry.
Yeah.
Not at all. Just mind make sure you do a good connection and you do it right. It's like you do your bench work and your track lane. You want it level.
Yeah, make sure it's level right the first time.
And you want to make sure your joints done. Make sure you got your feeders. And don't use plumber's solder for your feeders either.
No, I use the hobby stuff.
Now,
you
James,
want,
if you find
no,
out,
Corey, no, don't use. You want rosin core solder or rosin liquid form.
right,
Yep.
James, if you go down the road and find out that your 5 amp system isn't going to be enough, that's what I found out later on, and I had to get a booster.
Right.
Now, what I did was, I have 4 boosters now, and I have 4 districts.
Yeah.
But I have 18 EB1s. But I have the EB1s broken up into separate districts.
Okay. Well, I have the 5 amp system for NCE.
Yeah.
Well,
I had the 5 amp and 2 amps.
Well, you talk about Lauren's system. You talk about Lauren's layout. What's he got for feeders?
He doesn't. One set.
One set of feeders.
How big is his layout?
34 by
20 something.
Yeah, something like
and
that.
It works, right?
Yeah, that runs. Yeah.
If
No.
you
See, but I only ever heard, I when I set up my system, I watched a lot of videos and I watched a lot of people setting up their wiring and stuff, and everybody said every 6 feet a feeder.
Yeah, I do
He
every
only has
2 feet.
one feeder, and that's all you used to have with the DC tracks too, right? One feeder, right?
But if you solder in the middle of that 6 foot and you have a pair of feeders,
Right,
you got to solve the connection.
right,
Yeah,
It's
right.
when you don't have solder, if you don't use solder and you put it, you're guaranteed to have a good connection too.
Right.
But
I do
the
every 3 feet.
the new Pico joiner or fish plates are the proper terminology. They're a lot tighter than the other ones.
Yeah,
But when it comes to Walters turnouts, it's better to use the Walters to connect the turnout
Right,
to the track because you easily get on.
right.
But I'm not going to solder turnouts. I'll put a short piece of track and I'll put if I got to put an insulated joiner there. And I have bought lots of them.
yeah, that's right, Derek. You go to DigiTracks, you get the 8 amp.
That's right. And I've seen that.
Yeah. Chris got one of those.
Yeah, every
Yeah,
system has
$1
different nuances.
Yeah, it's all kinds of things. But I do like the Walters, and I got the new. You haven't seen them yet, Thomas. I got them right here. I won't open them
Yeah,
up.
I stick all the Pico track, Pico switches.
Yeah. Well, I have all Atlas track and a couple of Pico turnouts that I used.
There they are.
I use Atlas True Track on the outside loop and Lifelike Power Lock on the inside loop.
And
This
what
is
is
the
that
new crossovers.
a crossover?
That's a double crossover.
They're already done. They're 2-inch centers.
They had a bunch of those
They're
in the
brand
front.
new this year. Brand new.
Right?
That's what, 2 number 6s?
Yep. And when I was talking to that contact I sent you about your issue with your double crossover, Dan sent me a video, a link to a video. Peter Al does a video how to take 2 number 6 Walters and
Zero
turn them
Daryl?
into a crossover, a crossing.
Hello, Daryl.
Hey, Daryl.
Oops.
So if you were running trains, like I'm going to be adding on here again in a little while, and
Right.
I'm going to have some crossovers
Yeah.
to put in, and I'm debating on whether I should get number 4s or number 6s.
I wouldn't go any less than not a number 6 unless it's in a. Hey, Mr. Derail Dale, welcome.
Oh, he just woke up.
I would only use a number 4 if it's going to be in a yard of my dad, and I have some. I'm going to use some of them. I have some, but I would think a number 6 is better because you're going to be crossing bigger trains across it.
Yeah, I'm going to be crossing long trains
Super
across.
good.
But Peter Al does a video on how to take 2 number 6 Walters turnouts and make them into a crossover.
Right.
And now you can buy them, but you can't do it. It's a bit of a trick because he takes it all apart and he slides the track together again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was going to do that. My last layout, I made crossovers. I had to cut the track because you want 2-inch centers.
Right.
So I had to nip a bit. He nipped a bit here. But Walters made it
Well,
already.
I have flex track up there, and I got to cut it out.
Well, why don't you? What are you using? Code 83 or Code 100?
83.
Hey, Flying
Why
Crow.
don't you buy these then? They're already done.
I don't know if my track is equally apart.
I haven't seen them, Derek. I wish they would make diamonds first.
that's
Hey,
something
Robert
that I can
Flying
think
Crow, welcome. And Robert knows about Walter's track, a turnout. He changed all his to Walter's. And in fact, he just did a video on his operating session, and he uses the Wi-Fi tracks for his controlling his trains now, which I
Oh,
have.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're all doing good. We're talking track and wiring.
Who's got sidetracks tomorrow? Sidetrack Tuesday.
Good question. I'm not 100% sure. John's not in the chat.
I should have asked him when he was here earlier.
7 o'clock tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Usually, yeah. And then he's on at 8.
Right.
Yes. He's always 8 o'clock.
And then I think maybe it's Dave Crooked River and Eastern because he was.
It might be our because he was off last week because last week was Redbird Tony to take over for Dave. Dave was sick.
Yeah.
So, and the week before it was Wilmer and
Oh.
Robert.
No. Robert says
Wilmer. Thanks,
Wilmer
Robert. Wilmer. So there we go. It's Wilmer.
Wilmer.
All right, buddy, Wilmer.
Okay. So we got
Who
the
is that?
schedule for the week. Put that in your TV guide.
Yeah. So, but I think there's all kinds of ways of doing wiring. But I think the best way is to do it correctly, but do it the best way you can to make it easy for you to hook it up.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't want to. You get underneath the layer. You don't want to fight. When I do my main line at the back with those double crossovers, I'm gonna build that whole section of track. I'll build 10 feet. I'll cork it. I'll install the switches and everything as an assembly. Then I'll drop it in. I'll test it outside of the layer and make sure the crossovers work. Because access to do it is really hard.
I saw
There's
somebody the other night who, I don't know who it was, but he was saying he's doing a new layout and he's
Yeah.
going to put all his wiring above the layout, not underneath. And I'm really interested in seeing how he does that.
Well, when Larry the DCC guy did his yard track,
Yeah, I
his
know. He
yard
did it. He buried his in the foam.
in the foam.
Right.
I'm not using foam.
Yeah.
And he used suitcase connectors too.
Right.
Easiest way to avoid double crossers to avoid them. But I have them, so I'm using them, and I can't gonna avoid them. But
He
yeah,
wants to know if you bought any more locomotives this week.
I didn't buy anything. Not this week at all. I bought the. No, I didn't buy anything this week. Well, I did. I did buy. I bought a bunch of Concord cars from a lady up in Cambridge. Yeah, that's right. Robert's layout is 1976. He hasn't aged a day after 1976. He's still wearing the same clothes he had in 76. So that doesn't need to change anything. But yeah. No, I bought the Concord cars from a lady up in Cambridge. And we're going tomorrow to pick one tomorrow.
Nice.
It's just more for parts because you can't buy that stuff. So I grabbed them. I paid $60 for 4 box cars and 4 passenger cars.
Robert says he's still 13 years old.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He hasn't aged a bit in 76. His
That's
layout is 76. He hasn't changed. Yeah, Corey, you do underneath. I've been in those stupid holes. I don't want to go back. But I've seen copper balls as big as a baseball when a blower blows up. I know. I blew it. I've done it.
Already
I
married.
wasn't married the first time 76, but yeah. But I know I'm getting closer to bench work.
Getting it on.
Yeah, and then we'll work on the wiring. Now I have I have a handle on the idea now, so now I know. Heath, I'm gonna make my wiring flip down on panels. I'm not sure I'd be able to do that, but we're working on the wiring concept piece.
Yeah, exactly. Can't wait to see the THB come to life.
That's right.
Speaking of coming to life, I gotta do some more wiring here tonight.
What for?
Huh? Working on the layout.
Okay, that's good. But yeah, I have lots of work. Well, the room is done as far as I can go for now. I can't go any further without material, and I'm trying to. I clean up the garage so it gets left over, so I can start prepping stuff.
Right.
But I gotta wait until the plumber gets done and the cabinetry and the workshop goes in, so then I can set up that workbench where I was sitting at tonight to be working as works. I'm gonna bring I bought a tabletop drill press.
Ooh.
Canadian Tire had on sale last year for $100, clearing it out. So I bought it. It works fine. It do fine for it. I gave my old one away to my nephew. I have a Rockwell drill press made in Canada, 1965, 68 era.
Looking for
50 years
Rapido
old.
Caboose trucks.
Rapido caboose trucks.
Ooh, boy.
Well, Rapido just brought a whole new line of trucks, new cabooses. Sure, they got parts for that.
Yeah. He's saying OVR doesn't have any in stock, so.
Does not have any. But I would go to Rapido Trains. Surely they have trucks for the new Angus bands they got.
I would think so.
But it just came out. But the trucks on the previous run are the same, I think similar. Well, Daryl, I'm waiting for the material. Well, you didn't see the sign, Daryl. But I can go back, Mikey.
You're going to show him the hole in the wall and the sign?
No, I won't show him that. I'll show him the sign though. I just got the chair caught in the cord. If I lose the cord, I lose power. But Daryl, you just hang on to your little California hat, and I will show you something. This is close you're gonna get the ribbon cutting.
You see, there's the hole in the wall.
Yeah. You see the sign there, Mike? 'Cause I'm behind the camera.
Yeah, we can see the sign. It says Dundas. Well, go down a bit. Go down a bit.
They are.
Right
That's
there,
good.
right there. Let me make it bigger.
Nope. Wrong one.
Wrong
There
way.
you go. There you go. Dundas Junction Mall Railroad. Keep it on the tracks. Except you got the Z there. Is that an S? Z.
I did it on purpose.
Or Z.
Yes. I did it on purpose to be
Don't
different.
you, hey, Mike, don't you access the A? Keep it on the
Keep
track.
it on the tracks.
Yeah, that's the A. That should be a
Yeah.
bunch of A's in there, right?
Yeah.
Bunch of A's, yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
That's how I always sign my thing to you, right?
yeah, that's right.
So Daryl, that is the ribbon cutting. But I did build a hole in the wall too.
Yeah, show him the hole in the wall. Daryl's going to go through the garage in the wall. Hole in the wall.
James taking a big chance here, moving this computer around, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I lose everything.
First time he didn't lose power, but the second time we got to be careful.
Well, I'm actually going to look. Eventually, I'm going to have my desktop in here, and I'll use this in the trade room.
There you go.
There's no hole in the wall.
Yeah. That's good enough.
That's the hole in the wall.
Yeah, that says M&M Rails expansion.
That's right.
And then on the other side, it says TSM
Hole in the
something.
wall.
Hole in the wall.
That's right. I built this from all the wood I had in the scrap wood I had in the garage.
Yeah,
I
looks
even
good.
made the timbers of. I made the 1/2-inch square stock and painted it myself. Yep, that's the board I used to paint the letters. Believe it or not.
Oh, nice.
So, James, did you make that tunnel entrance yourself?
Yep.
Yeah, I just 3D printed one.
This is just leftover 2x4 wood from the other house, and I ripped on the
Right.
table saw, and I stained it, and I made it. Made it off of scrap wood.
Well, hopefully that's at 40 inches.
What's that?
That hole's at 40 inches.
It's about 39.5.
Oh, okay. Well, we
It's
go
close.
downhill. But
It's close, but it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna go in. It's just too far away.
That's just for display.
It's strictly a diorama. That's it.
Right.
This is all Mark gets. This is his expansion. He got
the track to nowhere.
6 inches of track. Well, we're gonna do some mini prints too yet. Over the edge figurines. We got a few. They're going in here.
You can't get 2 lines in there, James?
I didn't want to.
Okay.
Double main, eh?
Now, 1 track, 1 ore car. That's it. And Mike's on the other side, going nowhere. But yeah. With the computer, see, I can do my chair anywhere I want. See, now I can go like this. But the stupid Chinese made, I'm sorry, China, I don't. I'm a service guy. I hated fixing Chinese crap. But I won't get political, but yeah, no comment there. But you believe it, the motors that I worked on, you never heard of a saw called a saw stop? You too.
That's a term I never heard of.
Yes, they do have a ton, and they still actually use it.
Yeah.
They do have a tunnel. It's still there. It's the 100th Street tunnel. And actually, they had to rebuild the tunnel. They had to lower the track down after they built it back in the 30s, I think it was.
Nice.
Rough for the
Yeah, the saw stop. I had to fix one of those motors from the saw stop. That motor did not have any varnish on it at all. I remember my first Taiwan clone of a table saw. I took it apart and ran through a dipping cycle at work before I even put power to it. Oh, it was bad. I always thought the saw stop was made in the U.S., but I found out not. Made in China. But yeah.
Sawzall is a good tool.
What's that?
I said a sawzall is a good tool.
Yeah.
You know what I like? I like my multi-tool. And when it comes to blades, get by Milwaukee wood blades. I always use them. They'll buzz through 2x4 in seconds. They're so good.
Yeah, that's what I have, Milwaukee blades.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I got a Milwaukee sawzall.
Well, I have a Makita sawzall, but I don't use it for nothing anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be using mine shortly because I have to drill another hole in the wall.
Another hole in the wall?
Yeah.
Mike's an expert.
Got to put the holes in the wall.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Mark's got his hole in the wall. He didn't see it, though.
Now we'll see it next time. You can take a picture of it and send it to him, right?
Okay, I have his email, yeah. But yeah, no, so they're gonna, so this, where my arm is here is almost 10 feet. So that double crossover is gonna go right behind you, right here, by the drain pipe. It's going right, it's gonna be sitting right here. So this doorway is gonna be a little bit narrower.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a floor drain in the floor for a condensate line, so he can't walk through any of it. He can hit the line. So I'm gonna put a track. I'll build multiple pieces to get a solid, but I'll make a 12-foot piece solid.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And
Are
I'll
you
mount-
planning to enclose that? What is that? The furnace there, or
No,
Later
like
on.
where you're going to have track going this one side of it, or on two sides?
no, if you over there, if you saw the track plan I sent you,
Yeah.
there's about a 2.5 feet space in front of the furnace. That's going to stay open. But the part we're going to have the congestion, we're going to wait, is in front of the hot water tank.
Uh-huh.
That's where potentially there's a space there if we can manipulate it. Maybe put a Y in there. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking of making some sort of loop there more than a Y.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at your
Here's got a
layout.
question for you, Thomas. When you're adding another level to your layout,
When are you adding another level? I'm not
When
adding
you-
another level.
when
I
you,
am
yeah,
extending my one level
okay,
to the other side of the room.
yeah.
Nice.
So actually, I took this all apart. I made this a few years ago. This is a bunch of 2x4s for. I made it for a support for my drill press. Well, now it's going to come part of my new.
That looks
computer
like
card.
a 4x4 to me.
Well, it's milled 2x4s. I planed it and milled it square.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
So you made your own 4x4.
I made my own. I did. Well, I mean, a woodworker.
Yep.
I had the opportunity to go into two careers.
Right.
I went to Mohawk College for woodworking too. I also not really. Heath on the other side. I got plumbing in the way. I'll show you, Mr. Heath. You can see down there, Mr. Heath, but the plumbing for the
How much room in there?
no, the plumbing's in the way. Like the one section, maybe one track, but the other side of the room, there's the plumbing for the hot water. And I didn't see a point of putting track there with the plan that we created. But I didn't see a point of putting track there because we have the track right here, which is going to feed the main line.
Mhm.
Because I'm going to have there's 10 feet here. It's going to run end to end. There's 10 feet. Now, in theory, I could put a turn and make a turn over the other side, but I don't see a point of it.
Your layout, the way you have it now, it looks nice.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. Jason did a really good job on it. I added, tweaked it here and there with the what I have on the wall is not what you got, Thomas.
Yeah, I understand that. And
I made a few
once
changes
you get the
to
bench
it.
work down, you might see where you might be able to make a change here or there.
That's
too.
right, like
You
the
know.
area around the hot water tank, because
Yeah.
that
If you get your
peninsula.
bench work up, you'll be able to see where you're at.
Yeah, because that peninsula, maybe I might be able to compromise on the space and put a loop there.
Be right back. Gotta let the dog out again.
Okay, let the dog go. I wouldn't mind putting a loop there.
Yeah.
Instead of, I tried playing around with a turntable on the far left side of the plan. It was just too far away and too congested. Didn't look right.
Yeah.
I took it out. But I did add that one track that at the bottom of the layout. I figured that's a good spot to park locomotives.
Right.
So that's I call it a locomotive track because I have to make that bench work 28 inches because of the sump pump. Well, I'm not going to make the bench work hide the sump pump.
Right.
And that box comes off, so for service, it's made to come off.
Now,
But yeah.
if they have to service the sump pump,
Yeah, me.
can you just disconnect that section?
Yep.
That's what you
Well,
want.
I can pull the box out, but I made the sump pump has a rubber clamp to take it out.
Uh-huh.
I actually went back to my former employer and bought it from them
Yeah.
because I used to fix that stuff.
Yeah.
I fixed pumps too.
Mm-hmm.
Anything from a sump pump up to 500 horsepower.
You want to hear a funny story about a sump pump? When back a few years, they had what they called a hurricane here in New Jersey.
Right.
And I was living in a house with this guy, and he had a college degree, but he knew nothing. So his basement had a sump pump, and it filled up with water from the storm. There was over 18 inches of water in his basement. So I had to wade through all the water to get over to the electric panel to turn off the main so it wouldn't come back on while I was working on the sump pump.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the sump pump out, and the motor was fried.
Right.
So I said, you need to go out and get another sump pump. So he went out. He came back with a fish tank pump with a 1/4-inch hose on it.
Right.
And we had to pump 18 inches of water up an 8-foot wall out the window. I said, what are you going to do with this? We'll be here for 3 years to get that much water out of here. So we went down to the Home Depot. It took us 6 hours to drive 15 miles because every road we went down, trees were all over the place.
Right.
We get to Home Depot, which happened to be open. They had sump pumps, but none left, and the only one was on a display model. We took the display model off and told Lay, we're taking this one. And we paid her, and then we had a pump.
Yeah.
We didn't have no electricity, so the guy across the street had a generator. We ran an extension cord across the street, and it pumped it out. Next morning, the water was gone.
Yeah.
You know,
You
but
gotta do what you gotta do when it comes to sump pump because what we are people in the church that their basement flood, they had to go to buy a pump. They went to Rona. They had no choice in that. They need a pump. But they're not made at one time. They were made in North America now, and no one wants to sell them to stock them no more.
right.
I get scared when I look at an Amazon and I look, do I buy this? And I look at because they don't give you enough details, and it's a scary.
Where's it coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look at the wire. Holy cow! I don't know because I can't tell because they look at all the wire categories. They show the same spool of wire for all different stuff.
Right.
It's the same picture, but not the same product. And so 18 feet is $35. And
Right.
tomorrow I'll look at it. That same spool of wire is $39 now.
Right.
But yesterday it was $35.
Yeah.
Oh, I know it's very scary, but
Yeah, you gotta just pray that it comes from the right place or the right stuff or it works even.
But I went to Staples. I was trying to find a better microphone top for here. And Staples, you got to buy it, bring it home, try it, don't like it, bring it back. They were not allowed to test anything.
Test it there. Right.
Nope. And I've talked to Heath about it a couple of times, trying to, they don't do it. They're not allowed to. Nope. Send it back. Take it back. But it's cost me time and gas.
Right. Time. Your time is the most important thing. You know?
So, but Amazon has a very good return policy. No questions asked.
Right. No questions asked.
But this piece of junk here that I bought, well, I didn't feel like boxing it up. And that's stuff they get you.
I got burnt by Amazon's return policy twice.
Yeah.
The day after 90 days, you can return up to 90 days. On the 91st day, it stopped working.
Yeah. I came across some tools that you've never seen before, Thomas. It's a tube puller.
Right?
I have one.
Yeah.
And I have the a tool for straightening pins on a tube.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have them. I used to horse around with televisions back in the 70s.
Mm.
When I tell you point-to-point connections, what's that?
Mm-hmm.
Because when electronics TVs were built, they didn't have circuit boards. They were all point-to-point connections.
Right.
You needed a schematic to troubleshoot. You needed to know everything, but that's why they did build things back then. You
Yeah.
ask kids today, what's a crystal radio? I have no idea.
Right. They don't know.
No idea. What's Morse code? No idea. No, I know.
Yeah. Here's your transistor radio.
Yep. That's right. I don't even listen to the radio anymore. I don't even turn it on.
Yeah. In the car, I listen to the radio because I got 2-hour drive to work, so I got to listen to something.
I got about a 10-minute walk from the bed to the coffee pot. That's all I need. Coffee and a cookie. I'm set. But we're slowly getting organized. This wire you see hanging here, this is where I need to put a plug here for the power, the 4 turnouts. I need power for them. I'm not going to run a separate feed right here because I don't want the logistics of going to the lift gate. I want 2 wires, 2 pair of bus lines to feed. So that'll be a direct run because the control center for the NCE is going to go on the back wall where the main line is. I put the plug over there, dedicated circuit, that wall. So that's where the NCE will go. That's where the power cable will be put.
Yeah.
In that back wall. And we have lots of snow coming, Daryl. You can have all our snow. But then it can it's too cold, too hot. Flooding, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, today it was 84 here. It was nice.
I think I looked at my phone. It had 91.
Well, speaking of Mr. Randall, I came across the packing slip today from the car that I won from you when you were doing your 150.
Oh, really?
I came across the packing slip.
That's pretty cool.
That was over a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah, now I'm going to start thinking about a 500 subscriber contest, but that's going to be a ways down the road because BNSF has decided to get rid of all the long hauls. So
That mean you don't work as much?
that means I don't work hardly any now.
Oh.
This week I've only been out twice.
Wow.
So you're on a part-time.
For a total of 8 hours.
8 hours of work for the entire week?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's not good.
Now, granted, I had to take a couple days off because I had to take Dad to his doctor's appointments. Then I had a dentist appointment today. So I did use some vacation time in between there. But yeah, where I was working every day, now I'm lucky if I go out once every 2 or 3 days.
Oh.
And
a backup job somewhere?
Well, what happened was it started out BNSF pulled what they call the long pull crews, which are the crews that take these Z trains from Springfield, Missouri, and if they make it to Memphis. Okay. And then they bring a train back. So a lot of times back in the day, they didn't make it. So we had to take a crew down there to the train, drop them off, take the inbound crew to the hotel at Memphis, and then they come back on a train back to there, and then we haul them to Springfield. Well, they did away with all that. Then they started deadheading the crews on trains. So they've effectively pulled almost all of our long hauls. So, you know,
Yeah, we should become a
it's
pilot.
it's basically BNSF management doing BNSF management things.
Why don't you
So,
become an engineer and drive those trains instead of driving the crew?
you know, a lot of the guys at there has been trying to get me to do that, but I don't know.
Well, you gotta make a living, I guess. If you want to buy
Yeah.
trains.
I guess I can.
I would, but I don't need to no more. I live on a government pension. Misty likes your turntable scene, Mr. Mikey.
Yeah, thanks. Once I get it finished wired up here, that's what I was working on tonight. And I get it spinning, I'll put some more track in and then start doing scenery around it.
We'll be getting there.
Yeah, getting there.
It all takes time. It all takes
But this wall here by the side here, you can't see there. Where that pictures of. I actually cut. I mitered these corners in this piece of wood. I actually cut that miters using my track saw.
Okay.
And if you want any of those Andy Fletcher pictures, just email Chris.
Yes.
Go home at
That's right.
email.com.
Yeah, I got two.
Dang, CP 368 Productions. I wish it got down to 58 here. That'd be nice.
58.
We weren't too bad today, but we had thunderstorms this afternoon for a while.
I'll tell you what, Saturday night was nice sleeping in the trailer. No AC on, windows open.
Chris wants to know how the instructions are for your turntable.
Now the instructions.
Walters terminology?
Yeah, Walters.
Yeah, Walters. But that's a cool picture of the TH&B. Well, you can see back there, I hung my, that's the Newfie Bullet in the corner there.
Newfie Bullet.
Yeah, that is, a lot of people comment my last video, they called it, Pacific. There's a nice big brass nameplate on that locomotive. It's a bald one. Made in Pennsylvania.
It was nice, eh? Who goes live at 1:30 a.m.?
Not me.
I don't know.
Daryl, if you want to go live, because you're in our time zone, it's 3 hours. You're 3 hours ahead of us, so you can go live. We'll be sleeping though.
What day is that?
1:30 a.m. Eastern time. Most people are asleep at 1:30 a.m.
But Daryl could go. He'd be about 9 o'clock.
Not in the UK.
Well, I mean, if it was busy like it was about 2 months ago, I'd probably be up at 1:30 in the morning because I'd be on the road.
Right.
Because they really like working me at night.
That's good. You're out there making some money.
Well, was.
Yes, was.
Till they pulled all the crew. Till they pulled the long hauls.
Yeah.
Someone who can't sleep. You got that right, postmodern.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone who can't sleep. Right, yeah.
All the cool kids. Wait a minute, I'm not a cool kid then. We're sleeping. Well, maybe Mike's awake. He's working on his layout tonight till midnight.
Yeah, probably work till midnight and go to bed and up at 5 and give her again.
I'd be sleeping.
But in the meantime, I guess while I stay here at this downtime, I might as well start upgrading some of these cars I've been planning to do for like 6 months.
Those are the 119 shelf couplers.
These are the 158. So,
Yeah, I did.
There's a 158 coupler. Spilling them all over the place.
This thing's gonna have a few wobbly pops, maybe.
Yeah.
So there's the 158 right there.
Well, my first drink in 40 years was a shot of Newfie Screech.
That probably put you over the edge.
Yeah.
So Randall, how do you check the coupler height?
I got a coupler height gauge.
Oh, good.
I actually found mine today.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Actually, I did see postmodern What was that? Saturday? I woke up Sunday morning. I went postmodern and went and did a live, and then I started watching it. I was like, "What time was that at? Like 3 in the morning or 1 in the morning?"
Bernard tried doing several lives the last couple of days while he was traveling back from the States, but he was single issues for a while. I missed one, and he was on for another.
Oh,
But yeah, he was coming back up from the States.
also postmodern. You didn't mean to go live at that time, but you did.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll be sleeping, guaranteed.
Junior's getting tired. He on it.
Hey, we can record one and then broadcast it at a certain time if we wanted to.
Oh, could you do that? I haven't done
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do
Uh-oh.
they call that? A premiere?
Yeah. She was awake.
Hmm.
But next Monday it's on Mike's channel.
Next Monday.
Next
Off the
Monday.
track. Tuesday we're on. Tomorrow we're on Wilmer's East
Yep.
Channel.
Yep.
Farmer's Channel on Wednesday.
Yep.
Crooked River and Eastern on Thursday morning.
So are we doing the cab cruise on the 5th
I
Wednesday?
don't have talked to Daryl yet. 5th Wednesday of the month. There's 5 Wednesdays.
Daryl hasn't said. Daryl, you in the chat? Are we doing the 5th cab crew?
Sometimes I can't sleep. Run trains. Yeah, that happens. That's the problem when I get down here. I don't know when to shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's so involved,
Yeah.
especially when you're troubleshooting a problem.
Yeah. Next you know, it's like 1 in the morning. It's like, crap, I got to go to bed.
Then I go to bed. Then I wake up the next day and go, "Oh shoot, I know what it was." You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess Daryl's got to decide if we're going to do the 5th cab crew. He hasn't decided yet. He fell through the hole in the wall that I created.
It's
But
long.
I
Go
started
Sure.
this about
Oh,
a
you
month
don't-
or so ago, and I kept telling you, Mike, I'm working on a product. I sent you pictures of it, but you didn't clue in.
What's that?
Okay, please do. So Mike and I are doing Cab Crew Wednesday on the odd day of this month.
They just have to figure out the date. They'll have
Which
to tell
you
us.
just gotta tell us what date you want us to do it, Daryl, and we're
It's
in.
the 30th of August.
Yeah. Plumber's live this Wednesday.
Okay.
Right. It's
And we're
August,
leaving.
August 30th is the 5th Wednesday.
Okay, and we're
There you
leaving
go.
for Smith Falls on the Friday.
Oh yeah, that's coming up fast, isn't it? Wow.
Yep. Yes, sir.
August is gonna fly by. Gonna fly by for sure.
Oh, I know.
John says do a live from the campground. Yeah, that'd go over good.
Yeah. I want too hard on the data.
I got Wi-Fi out there.
I don't. I'm here okay here, but that's fine. So we're on for the 30th.
I'll drive around on the golf cart blowing.
I might have some bench work done by then, maybe. Started.
Maybe. We hope so.
But I'm gonna Tom's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build in modular type shapes, but I'm gonna make each module is gonna have a pocket, and the center section is gonna fit into the pocket.
Okay.
So the center section will be supported by the adjoining module. Otherwise, I gotta make too many legs, so I'll be able to make pockets and drop in.
Nice.
Yeah, all 3/4 grade cabinet grade plywood. Almost 11 layers, 12 layers. Yeah, Mike, he's busy at the trailer though.
At the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, usually.
So you're going to Ottawa in 2 weeks' time now, right?
The 12th.
Right. Why can you go? Why can you go this weekend?
Complicated.
Complicated?
Yep.
All right.
before you know it, yeah, the 16th of September will be here. And don't
Yeah.
forget,
Pop up.
yeah, September 3rd if you're in the Smith Falls area.
Oh, Sean, if you're interested, the Brantford Train Club is having an open house and a yard sale on August the 12th in Brantford.
Oh, next weekend. Not this weekend, the following weekend.
The weekend you won't be around.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 6th to 12th.
James,
Yes.
listen. This is from my phone. See if you can hear this.
Yeah, I hear it.
I'm blowing a
check to
horn
the
on an engine.
What's that?
I'm blowing a horn on one of the engines on my layout.
With this
Okay.
I can do that all over the Wi-Fi.
Yes, I have. I have
Yeah, that's
the
it.
Wi-Fi Trax interface module that's made in Australia,
Hmm.
and I can control my trains with my phone with the app.
Yep.
But I
Well,
decided I'm going to be using the TCS, the NWT 50s. I have two of them.
Yep. I saw those.
the club I'm in has a Wi-Fi module
Okay,
hooked to
Sean.
their DCC system.
What's that, Daryl or Randall?
I was just saying the club I'm in has a Wi-Fi module that's hooked to their DCC system
Yeah.
where they can run trains off their phones.
There's a YouTuber in Australia, guys, Fish Plate Films.
Yeah. This
Oh,
way.
yeah.
Yeah, I've
He-
seen him.
Yeah, he did a video of it years ago. It was made in Australia, and we Kingston Locomotive Works in Kingston. They were a dealer for that product. They're a dealer for all kinds of oddball stuff up here for stuff in the UK and Australia, and I bought from them. In fact, I donated one to the train club, and the guy was so impressed with it. I want one of these for myself. But
See,
it's
Clark?
made. It plugs into the same spot as your PMP control panel for your power cap.
Mystic, have a good night.
But I had a PMP. I actually bought an extra cable and I joined the two together. So I actually had a plug for my Pro Cap on either side of the layout. But now with my TCS Universal Wi-Fi throttle, it's wireless. So I don't need it.
Yeah, I'm a little more old-fashioned. I kind of like using the throttle.
Well, I have the throttle, Randall, but
Yeah.
it's wireless though, and it has a feature on it that has yard control.
Yeah, so does what I have on my phone. You can do a yard control. You can
Yeah.
set up the throttle to look like a yard control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's built in. I can have the phone. I actually have an old Apple tablet I use for that. It's a little bit bigger than a phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's still in a box somewhere and I charge it up. But I use that it's bigger
Yeah.
than a phone.
Yeah, I have an iPad too, which I can
Yeah.
do what I need to do too. So
Yeah. But I use.
So
I have a phone
if the
too.
power cap goes bad, I have my phone
Yeah.
or another. I have another one here too. So
Hey, Dwayne Superior Junction, welcome to the chat.
Hey, Dwayne, how's it going?
And good night, Corey. But yeah,
Hey, Mystic.
I have the TCS Universal Wi-Fi Throttle 50. I didn't buy the 100, the 50. I got a good deal on them. Based on the two, I probably got them close to cost, American cost. But at the time, we couldn't buy. We still technically can't buy the NCE wireless system. They won't allow it to be sold in Canada officially because of the radio. But it's now you can get it. It's almost $900.
really,
Yeah. Well, the 5 amp system is if they had stock, it's almost $600 now.
Hmm.
But there's no stock, I don't think. There's a limited supply of that stuff.
Yeah, well, the semiconductor world is still a mess.
Oh yeah, the whole world's still a mess.
Hmm.
I was when I was in St. John's, Newfoundland, because everything comes there by ship. There's no trains, and I was at the pier and I saw all the containers coming in by ship,
Yeah.
all there.
Uh,
And they had a strike in BC, so the containers wasn't moving too far across the country. Yeah, my computer I keep seeing something flashing. You got kicked out, but you're back though. So it wasn't
Who?
too long a kick out. But I don't know.
We're all still here.
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't had any problem.
No.
Usually that's local issue.
I just see a flicker in one corner of a video kind of pop in, some sort of notification.
Well, Derek just said he got kicked out of here.
Yeah.
That was weird. I never got kicked out.
No. I'm actually pretty good. I'm on my extension cord.
What'd you do, Derek?
I didn't lose anything.
Yeah, I'm watching the show on another browser session, and it didn't get kicked out.
Yeah, I'm watching on my phone. I
My
always have
phone-
my phone beside me so I could chat.
I set my phone down somewhere. I don't know where I put it. Well, it's
Yes,
over
probably
there.
in there. That's why I haven't answered.
Yeah.
me.
But like YouTube is funny. Like I got two new subscribers the last 2 days, and by next morning I lost them. So it didn't matter.
Yeah, I get that too. I go up one, down one, up
Yeah.
two, down two.
No, I gotta.
So I don't know.
I don't
YouTube.
worry about it. It is what it is, you know.
No, I don't worry about it. I'm here to have fun.
It just makes me wonder, you know, how they work. That's what puzzles me.
Well, yeah, that's right. All I know is if I get a video and I get more than 150 views, they're putting commercials on it. But all of a sudden, though, I watch a video, all of a sudden it'll go through crazy for views, and all of a sudden it'll stops. It won't move for 2 days. It won't be one more view.
Right.
One more
Two
view.
whole days. All of a sudden you see two.
Well, you know what? I noticed this too. When you do a short,
Yeah.
then you go into the app and look, you know, in the studio app, and you look at the short, and somebody comments on it. It doesn't even have the comment count on there.
Yeah.
Then the next day they update it, and then it's there. You know, so they're.
I have a couple of shorts. It's got 61 views, and it's been 61 views for 3 months.
Yeah.
Because they're not putting that short into the recommendation spot right away. They hold it.
No, they're not. They're not.
No.
Because I had one short, I had like 1,000 views on it, and I have another short, and I only have 50 views on it.
Yeah, that's right.
Go figure, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It might be just the name of the video. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Either aliens or they don't like the sense of humor.
Yeah, it was the aliens, Derek. That's right. But yeah, I don't know. But I don't worry about it. You know.
No, I don't care about the numbers either. I
I
just look at it to see what's happening and going on, you know. And I go in there and I see something, and I said, "Wait a minute! I had 260 the other day. Now I'm down to 250." You know.
Yeah, I just know when all the videos we watch, we get together and we chit chat and we that kind of stuff there in our videos, it's always the same core of people.
Right.
We may have a maximum of 100 people that's in the group of that repeat of people. They're always the same people. And some people are busy. They don't have time to watch videos.
Right. Well, the way I look at it, I'm subscribed to X amount of channels.
Yeah.
I watch as many of them as possible. I have 272 subscribers. I would expect to see at least 272 views.
But not all the time.
Yeah, not going to happen. So
what's Tom and Randall's? I'm not on my laptop, so I can't. I mean, my Apple, my device, I can't share that.
What's that?
If you can post up Tom's and Randall's.
Oh, all you got to do is make him a.
But I'm on StreamYard, not YouTube.
You should
I
be
have to
able
get out. I would have to get open up YouTube.
No, you should be able to go on your phone. Well, hang on.
I don't have my phone handy it's over there.
Yeah, just make him
Can I do that?
blue on a blue icon, and then he'll be able to just click on our names.
Yeah, I have to do that from my phone.
Oh no, James has to do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, let me get my
Yeah,
phone.
because James is running the show, right?
It's weird with the way my phone works. I can't make people moderators in my streams until after the stream is over and the live chat replay can pop back up, and then I can make them moderators.
No, you should be able to do it right on the fly.
No,
Yeah.
mine won't let me do it.
I can do it on mine, but I can't do it on his.
Oh, okay. You want to go at 10 o'clock, Mike? You said.
Oh, don't worry about it. We're past that.
Hang on, Chris
to
is
read
saying
my
type
text out
something.
loud.
So
Let me.
hopefully this won't kick me out of the stream when I do this, but I'm gonna
You
try to
should
type
be able
something in.
You should be able to click on his name, go to his channel, and then
I'm gonna do that.
Not
I just
the top.
gotta get there first.
Yeah, he's got to make him a moderator, though.
yeah. See, I can't do it. I can go to his channel.
Okay,
Hang on. I'll go to his channel, share his channel.
I've done that.
Copy
He's
link.
now a moderator, so
Okay, so the next thing he types in, he should be blue.
that's right. You should be able to see it.
Which time is he wanting?
Boom.
I just made Tim a moderator too. He wasn't a moderator.
I was curious which time he's wanting. Is it Tom's Trains and Things?
I think so.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Things is on at 8. I don't think he's still live.
I don't know.
All right. Thanks for posting that link. My link up there, Chris. I'll try to get Tom.
Oh, Thomas Grassi? Hang on, I can do that too. Go channel. Hit 3 dots.
Hey
Share,
Tom, you're a moderator now.
Copy. Ba-ting.
Yeah, he said Tom Grassi, so that's what I typed in my name. So he should be able to right click on it. And I got to
So
say,
you're now blue.
There you go.
Oh, there. Chris posted the
Chris
link.
posted your channel.
There, our good buddy Chris. He must not. He took care of it.
He's quick.
It's good.
I'm working
yeah,
on it.
I see myself blue now, so I'm good.
You got a wrench?
Yeah, I got a
blue.
wrench next to me. Yep.
He's
Okay,
a
good.
wrench. He's a wrench man.
So just remember when you do that, you got to go to their channel, watch a video, hit the like, comment, or the next
Yeah,
morning.
you just
wake
can't
up.
subscribe. You have to like it or look at it.
Yeah,
Or look
because
at
the
one or
next
two.
morning you'll wake up and that'll be gone.
Right?
Yeah, like and subscribe, everybody.
But you have to watch video. You just can't.
Yeah, you gotta watch the
Sub and-
video. You gotta comment. You gotta
Yeah, you
comment.
can't just sub and hit the thumbs up and thank you very much because
YouTube will take it away from you.
Yeah, weird that way.
But,
Oh, not
so,
a
Mike,
layout
you
update.
like your little
I'm
hole in the
doing that.
wall?
Yeah,
Mike-
it was
Yeah, I
a
like
nice
it.
little on the wall.
You like your sign?
Yeah, like the sign works good.
Just for you.
I think that should be the sign that you put on in front of your videos there, James.
Up there, I can
That's
try.
right.
I'll take a picture. I haven't done any pictures of it yet, other than Chris knew about it because I showed him.
That would be a new sticker for you too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty big sticker though. I don't think it's big enough.
Well, you can reduce the size.
Yeah,
I think I'll use this drone shot.
yeah, but yeah.
Awesome.
So Dwayne Superior Junction, he has 64 videos, 29 subscribers.
Yeah, I'm subbed to him.
I'm not. I am.
No?
I am now though.
Yeah, I've been subbed to him for a while.
Oh, I haven't though.
Pretty sure. Let me go back there and check.
I am now.
Go to channel.
Night, Sean. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to him.
D-Rail Darrell has centerfolds on his channel. I didn't see
What?
any.
I have centerfolds on my channel. Is this something new? I gotta go check this out.
What, Hugh Hefner and crew?
He's at the mansion. D-Rail. Here, pops right up. Boom, like that.
I have to check that out tomorrow when I'm at work.
Go to his channel.
Yeah.
Elephant style.
He's pulling our leg, I think.
Yeah.
Please honk. Reminder, Cab Crew Wednesday.
That's right, Dwayne. As we do is for the fun. Running train.
Videos.
That's all we do.
Winter announcement. No. Shorts.
Plumber's on this Wednesday.
Hey, Devin, welcome to the chat.
I don't see the centerfolds. I was looking.
You were looking. Should have looked. So, Mr. Mike,
Yeah.
what do you think? We should call it. You want to work in your layout, call it quits for the night?
Well, I probably won't give her any much more on the layout, but I'm going to pop out another video here.
Well, if you pop out the video.
Yeah, I got to do both.
So, Mr. Chris, what do you think of the hole in the wall?
He was kidding. Yeah. Derek, eh?
But yeah. But yeah, so we'll start building. I still got to get more supplies. I need plywood.
Holy mackerel.
I think
Baltimore,
Mike's a
Ohio.
bad influence. Yeah, sure. Keep it on the tracks.
Who? Bad influence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bait clip.
Yeah.
Not to send a picture of the hole in the wall to our good friend Marky.
I got 2 or 3 more holes to put in the wall yet.
The secret office one is coming, or that's not a
Yeah,
hole?
that's the fun.
That's Halloween, right?
Halloween.
Yeah, but your wife's not retired yet.
Who?
Well, I have 2 holes to make, so who's going to get them done first, me or you?
Chris, I got the whole cutter. Where is it?
Well, then we'll go to Mark's house first. Go to his apartment and put a hole there first. I did it for Mark. I put a hole in the wall. I
got the small one here.
I saved him the aggravation of doing a hole. He's got it right here.
Yeah. Don't worry. We'll do it professionally. Everything will be cleaned up. They won't even notice a thing.
I built the hole before I built the wall, though.
Clean up all the sawdust and
Yeah.
Drywall dust. You won't even.
all the drywall dust and whatever other dust came out of the hole.
That's right.
So, Thomas, I'm here, Mr. Even it later, but we had a viewer from Portugal tonight.
Yeah.
From the mainland.
He was following my channel. I watched some of his videos. He was commenting that he was very impressed with my bench work, and don't look at mine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well, we all have something to contribute, that's for sure.
that's right. I can build. That I can do. Wiring is good. But I just gotta make it simplified.
I think scenery work's my favorite.
Scenery.
I was horsing around when I built the hole in the wall. I was horsing around with. I had 3 paints going. I was playing around with different colors and blending it. Just horsing around. No concrete thing there. But
No
my
hole.
hole is already done, Derek. I have 2 holes from 2 different sides. So 2.
Yeah, I might use a
I
little
thought
bit.
of putting a 2 on the sign, but it didn't look right. Night, Papa John.
That's right
Yeah,
there.
Papa John.
Good night,
Find
Papa
more
John.
cabooses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more cabooses.
I
Hey,
got
you're
another
going
one.
for a record tonight, eh? Almost 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna get going shortly.
Yeah.
Don't hit the hay too hard.
Don't
I
hit
got.
it at all.
That's right. I got 2 holes. But the other side says trackside TSM hole in the wall.
Yeah,
But I couldn't find an N in the M&M. I actually carved it with a Dremel.
Yeah.
nice.
But Mark is there.
Yeah,
He's
those
a fan.
Dremels are nice tools.
Yeah,
It's
it's
past
getting
8.
late there, Chris. Getting ready for the Saki boy. Well, Chris is
Usually,
still working till 11.
yeah, usually he keeps texting us until like 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Then he goes to bed. Well, we're still up till midnight. And then James is up at like 7 texting us, but I'm already at work.
Well, I get up at 7. I'm up between 6:30 and 7 every morning.
I'm up at 5.
Yeah, well, you're working for a living. I'm not.
Even when I'm not working.
You wait till September.
What's
You
September?
won't be home no more.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
who you are.
should be 13-1.
So between 13 and 1.
Eh?
What do you mean by 13 and 1?
13 days straight, 1 day off.
Oh. Isn't there laws for that though?
Yeah. 21-2.
But you get allowed so many rest hours too in between shifts when you're working crane.
Yeah, 8 hours.
So your crane guy's not working that kind of hours.
Yeah. No, I'm not working that kind of hours either, but 13 days straight, 1 day off.
Yeah, Mammoth Crane was in this. I sent you a message, but you didn't reply. Mammoth was in the city the other day.
Yeah, I didn't know what that meant because you spelled it wrong.
They were, yeah. Sorry, I don't good at spelling. But they
OEP.
they had it down at the park somewhere, demoing equipment for the kids to go see.
They're demoing equipment.
Yeah, they had the equipment set up down at one of the parks in the city, so the kids could go see what out in the world.
Oh, okay. They're just
They
showing it
had
off.
fire trucks, cement trucks, they had cranes, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, nice.
Entertain the kids,
Nice.
because kids don't see that.
Yeah, wait for after the show. Yeah, I figured no sense wiring that thing up during the show because we like to keep it PG. No cursing and throwing tools.
PG.
Hey, that's an expensive boxcar there, $66.82.
Mm.
I'm reading it upside down.
I got Lauren wanted to sell more, or Peter wanted to sell more of those side hoppers from TH&B, and I got them here. I got them here. Well,
Randall,
Peter,
is that one of those CN ballast cars?
I don't have it. I sold mine.
Yeah, but Randall's got one there.
But that's not the Walter one everybody wants.
Is that what that is?
Walters, the people want the Walters orange box set 3 ballast cars.
Oh, yeah. That's a
I had
CN ballast car, isn't
I
it?
sold them.
Did we lose Randall's volume?
Maybe turned it off.
I don't know.
In any case.
Test 1,
Well,
2.
I think I'm gonna call it quits, guys. It's
Well, you
10.
might as well go for the extra half hour to make it 4.
Yeah, I was falling through the chair. It's 10:30.
Yep, time to go, guys.
All right.
Thanks for
Okay.
having me, guys, and
Hey,
everybody
thank
have
you.
a good night.
We'll be
and
talking,
see you
Tom. We got
Yeah,
lots
we'll
of
be
time
talking.
ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Once
yeah.
we get going, we'll get
Yeah.
this straightened out.
Till the next one.
Till the
Yep.
next one.
Take
Keep
care.
it on the tracks.
Keep it on the
Yeah.
tracks.
Keep
Yeah.
it on the tracks.
Good night, everybody. Have a good night modeling, and don't get too lost.
Don't get too lost, and make sure the glue side's down and the shiny side's up.
That's right.
Fire it out.
Take it easy, Randall. You're still there.